On this episode of FlopGear, Jake talks peaking.
He looks better, and you go, fucking hell.
Tim discusses his rise to fame.
I've had quite a quick come up.
And Christian finds his bollocks.
Where is it?
Yes, guys, episode 4.
Episode.
I'm having an episode. Episode 4
Nervous?
of a little bit nervous. Next to
First guest.
first in-person guest.
Am I first guest?
First in person.
Really?
Yeah.
First in person.
Yeah.
In persons today with Cal.
Yeah, in-person check-ins today. You're going to look at my rig after this.
Boom.
I did have said the word before you.
Episode 4, FlopGear. I nearly forgot the name of the podcast then. And we do have a very special,
guest.
you know, what would probably be considered as the GOAT
Yeah.
of UK, well, the sphere of you know, the coaching world, really, isn't it?
I was the one that got you to leave your job, I think.
You were the one.
Well,
I remember
alongside other things.
I remember many a conversation about it, and I remember you just saying, "Bro, what are you doing?" And I was like,
I don't know.
How many did you have before you left? Or simultaneously?
COVID. I went from in 6 months. I went from 25 to 85.
Yeah.
In 6 months.
was
And I
when you
remember
got
You were still working in the job then, no?
Yeah, but because it was COVID, I was.
you weren't-
I was at home, and you were like, "You've got to do it," and I was
Yeah.
just like, "Yeah."
That's when you did that photo shoot, didn't you?
Yeah.
The resurgence of like the weighted vest.
Yeah, weighted vest gang. I think I started that trend. Well, Joe Jeffrey started that trend, and I passed it on.
Yeah.
And then you also remember when I remember this like it was yesterday when I was part of Physique Collective, and I've been there a couple of years, and I remember messaging you said, "I need to talk to you about something," and you're like, "I already know what you're going to say,"
Oh, yeah.
and I was like, "What do you mean?" And he was like, "You're going to leave Physique Collective, and I think it's a great idea," and I was like, "How the fuck did you know that?"
Bro, you messaged me it.
Yeah.
I was on the train to the airport to go to Budapest, and I said straight away, "You're going to leave Physique."
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't really know you then. Honest answer, when you was for Physique Collective, I actually thought you was a bit of a cock.
And you know how many people say that?
Genuinely, like, I
And now
genuinely
he's got to know you, and he still thinks
still
you're a
feel
cock.
I actually probably think even more. I genuinely did used to think you was a massive cock.
Yeah. I mean, I thought the same about you. Saw those skinny jeans coming. He's got his backpack on again, man. We've got a guest, Callum Raistrick, CR Physique.
Have you watched it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Pro IQ.
The hub. Community. Limited. We've got Callum, which will be good. We're going to follow the same structure. We are going to do the quiz, the coach in a reasonably shit quiz. But live and direct.
Yeah, I've got a feeling I've stitched him up quite a bit. I'm not going to lie.
Okay. I looked at some of the things, and the hardest ones, like what date? I don't know what the date is today, let alone when someone won a show.
I did go with month though, rather than date.
These like trivia questions on clients.
Basically, just gone down your Instagram.
Basically, I've just gone through your Instagram and got questions. So that's what we've done so far.
That's a good idea for a quiz. But
So we did it with Zach. We did it with Tom. To be fair, Tom was fucking good.
Tom smashed it.
Tom
That
was-
is very Tom.
yeah.
Like,
Tom was very, very
what
good.
colour shorts was this guy wearing? And he's
What
like,
shoes have you got on when it? But
What colour was Shelley's pro card?
Yeah, to be fair,
the Shelley's Pro Car one. That's
Did you remember it?
Yeah, to be fair though,
Like that?
what we will say is Zach didn't really know what we was going to do. Tom watched the first episode and then went and realised. So you've probably been
He's done
stitched up
some
like
revision,
Zach a little bit.
but Zach was really bad.
He was very
What
bad.
were the questions on Zach's? The same Instagram stuff.
Yeah, but some of
He
them were
got
like,
like, what state did Soph win her Olympia qualifier? And he got the state wrong.
and it was like, when did this person win their pro card? It was like 3 months ago, and he was like, April, like a year ago. I was like, mate, it was literally like 3 months ago.
That's
So
cool.
yeah, I mean, yeah, don't be too confident. Yeah,
That's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
What we're going into first? Timbro.
Just a little catch up, innit? What everyone's been up to really recently.
Yeah, you've done a seminar, haven't you?
Yeah, you was at the same. I didn't see you that weekend.
Derby.
You did,
we dipped and dipped out.
Yeah, what did you think?
Probably for
good.
the best.
Yeah, I thought it was alright.
Good. With those free events, you're never sure. People sign up like 6 months ago and then maybe
Just
don't go.
don't
but
come on the day.
There was
yeah.
actually quite a lot of people.
I thought it was alright. Yeah, I thought it was good. I think it was for the first one.
Decent run.
Yeah, I thought it was good. There was probably. I think the way things were laid out were a little bit off. I think. Just in terms of where
I
they
didn't
had
expect
certain
to see you
people.
all in like classrooms while the main stage was on.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
thought you'd be on
which
the
I
main
think was
stage.
fine, but I just think like they just didn't split it up that well. Like, and like it may have been for some other people, but like for me, so predominantly a lot of my clientele will be classic and female based. At the same time as me being on, there was the classic demo on stage, which like Nia was in and stuff.
Yeah.
And then there was Becky, the head judge, who was doing a fit model seminar. So it was kind of like, well, you've
Which
put
one
me
do
on
you go
the,
to?
put me on the same time as them kind of things.
And to be fair, I'd rather go and watch someone pose than listen to you speak.
Yeah, so would I, to be honest with you. So that's what happened. That's exactly what happened.
That's what Jay did.
Well, I mean, at least you got invited to talk. We got invited 2 days before
We
the
got
actual
2
event.
days,
Yeah, you know why? There's a few dropouts, weren't
Yes, because we were second best.
You was reserved.
Stitched.
Stitched up. So,
But good, better to be a substitute than not.
I mean, yeah, but I also made a point of
What do you say back? What was your response?
pretty brutal. I won't be getting the
Not
invite next
suitable.
year. Well, I just said, look, you want us to do a presentation in 2 days.
No idea yet.
I'm away anyway, and I said we're also not second best. And they were like, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't sit well with me.
Yeah, 2 days. is
And
just
I
too
also hate public speaking. You know,
Same.
Yeah.
I hate it, don't I?
You are good at it though.
I'm not a big fan.
You hate it, but you're good at it.
Do you like it?
No.
Do you like
I
it?
don't mind it now.
Don't mind, you got used
I've
to
done
it.
it so much.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit more normal there now.
Yeah.
Back then I would have
Do you ever get anxious about it now or not?
not now. No,
Do you remember the Hawks?
I did at the
the
start.
Hawksworth one we did.
I was busy, mate.
There was like 300 people there
Yeah.
in this monastery, and I remember Ben's in
church,
And that was Ben Braid, the one Ben Braid did as
Yeah,
well.
Ben and Ben.
Yeah, Khyber.
Big.
I remember. Yeah. I remember. I think it was Ben's missus came over to me like the morning. She was like, "Are you all right?" And I was like, "Why?" She was like, "You're literally so pale. Like you look grey." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm shitting myself." And mine was the last one of the day,
Yes.
so I've got to watch everyone else's and just work myself up. Oh, I just
Yeah, you say
don't
that, but
like
everyone
it.
probably fucked off if they knew you was last.
busier. That's opened the extra room when I came in. Yeah, I don't enjoy it. I just get so worked
I
up.
think it's one of them things, isn't it? Like for me, like I don't really enjoy or want to do it, but you just got to force yourself because
Yeah,
the more you
yeah.
keep doing it,
Yeah.
the
No,
easier
but
it comes.
I thought that. I thought, oh yeah, the more I do it, the better. The one we did with me, you,
In,
Tom,
Birmingham.
Zach, oh God, just so.
Yeah.
I get so worked up. I don't like everyone looking at me and just like, I just think, oh, it's going to be shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to stumble. And then I'm like,
The thing is, that
I
you
like it.
always think it's going to be like. I was building myself up for it the weekend, and then when I done it, I was like, that was actually.
I think it's
fine.
just I just put pressure on myself. I want people to think, wow, that was really good.
Yeah.
Of course.
But I followed on from Cal, so it was better than that.
A lot of the time, though, we know your subject. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think you just overthink. It's like, but we know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, just overthink it.
That's the thing that I thought. We didn't even get told what we were going to talk about. So for 2 days' notice to then
Yeah.
pull something together.
pull something together,
Yeah.
you don't want it to be shit
Steep,
to stand in front of people.
What was yours? It was post show, wasn't it?
Post-show management,
Yeah.
But that he just
probably-
basically said you can do what you want. So it's like, right, what can we pick on that we
It was
just
you and Ross.
yeah.
Yeah. You probably got most of the content. You probably already
It's
done.
like a
yeah.
module, just make it into a presentation.
Yeah. Nice. Decent.
And how is Pro IQ?
Good,
Going?
mate. Yeah.
Looks really good.
It's good. Well, the ICM was the first one, but when we first launched the ICM, I didn't want, and deliberately, I didn't want to feature the more bodybuilding-esque PED type stuff because then it just becomes a
All
PED
about
platform,
that.
and all the questions are suddenly about PEDs. So it kind of drowns out all the value of why you started it. So to keep that like physique coaching, Gen Pop coaching, like PT coaching based, and then the Pro IQ is just if you want to learn about that stuff, it's all here.
Yeah.
So I think keeping them separate is worthwhile. Yeah. Because we've done it before, where like even the Muscle Mentors when we first had that, as soon as you start talking about bodybuilding, it just becomes a
Just takes
PED
over, doesn't
platform.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Every question in the forum is like that, and then the people that do want to come on and learn about other stuff that they need to know, all they see is like, right, maybe I should start learning about PEDs because that's what everyone's talking about. Whereas
Yeah.
it's not the case. You know?
People skip the basics and go straight to
Because it's like shiny,
Diet
fancy
side,
stuff. It's like, no, you don't need any of that. It's like the same situation. I'm also very good friends with Luke, but like people that are just starting their coaching career being like, I think I should learn J3U. And it's like, no, you shouldn't.
It's so
Why?
advanced.
Because you're talking on like high-end athlete coaching.
that you're probably never going to get
None
to.
of that you're ever going to need, or at least for the next 10 years of
Yeah.
your life.
Agreed.
You know, it's like the career is built on all the other stuff that you need to know.
Yeah.
Because it's not as sexy. It's like they don't want to learn it.
It's so true. It's funny. So I had someone inquire with me the other day, like relatively, again, new to the sport, like has probably been training for a year. I'm just going through J3U at the moment. I'm like, that's cool. Like you learn some great stuff, but you probably don't even know how to manage simple things,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
My only gripe with that sometimes is then everyone coaches the same as well.
And I think you see that a lot.
Everyone's weighing
See
piss.
everyone's
Everyone's weighing the piss.
But it's true. Everyone then just coaches the same.
Yeah.
They just coach the J3U way.
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean?
I also think though, like,
As good as it is.
I know, yeah, I know what you mean.
but I think also for the people like us that have been around doing it for a long time, that probably then does also separate us to what everyone else is doing as well.
Yeah.
Because I think, you know, I know we've all spoken about it, and Cal, I don't know your opinion on it, but I still say experience outweighs knowledge a lot of the time.
I think you've got to be heavily enriched in both.
Yeah.
I think regardless of what you know, unless you've done it in practice under pressure,
Yeah.
it's not really that relevant.
Agreed.
And that's like the main philosophy of Pro IQ is a basic understanding of like everything works.
Yeah.
But like we need you to know why it works in the first
Yeah.
place. So when it doesn't work, you can correct it.
Yeah.
Whereas it's not like here's the best way of doing it. Because we've all been to bodybuilding shows, everyone does different stuff. Of
course.
But the overall winner's done something that you're like, no, that's not right. We just won the overall, so
It worked.
you can't say it, you
Yeah.
know? So it's like understanding why things work and then unravel it from there.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
What's your plans, Cal, with coaching moving forward?
For now, mate, just continue to push in the same direction.
Yeah.
I think like I don't want to stop coaching the way I'm coaching. I want to keep serving as many clients as I think I can do my best with in terms of giving them the time that I need. And then the education is more so. It takes a lot of time to build, but once it's built, it's a bit more passive.
Yeah.
So it's like it doesn't need to be like forefront of your day every day.
course,
It's like
yeah.
you're gonna have to graft for like 6 months to build it, but then it's something that can kind of nurture and grow organically.
Absolutely.
Building some more passive things, aren't we?
We was just going to ask.
Guilty.
You got.
Fucking seeing him every fucking week.
Can you reveal anything on that, or
How much can we reveal?
give
Because
us
this won't come out for what, a week?
A week, yeah. So
Week,
not,
yeah,
there's
week
a
to
lot
two.
going to
That's
change in
not
a
a
week.
lot of
It's not a lot of time, to be fair, no.
or just give any insight of anything you want?
We're working on a couple of apps.
Well, one of them's more than an app
Yeah,
integrated into other things.
yeah, which should help the industry.
Yeah.
I feel, with something that is majorly lagging behind on how you handle clients. Like we spoke about this the other day. Google Sheets is great for the coach.
It's shit for the client.
It's shit for the client.
Yep.
And coaches on the move, like adjusting things on Google Sheets on your phone is literally impossible.
Well,
Yeah.
you go in, someone's checking, and there's 32 new sheets being added just by them tapping by mistake.
Yeah.
And I'm deleting
So I've lost all my sheets, so I can probably see why.
Yeah, so that's a hint of something to come, but real kind of directed towards bodybuilding coaching.
Yeah.
Really just fucking smart and works on a phone, like easy, which has come on fast.
A lot, yeah.
And then the other one is, how would you describe the other one? Mindset.
I think that would be the other one is something that will be a little bit more widespread in terms of viability for it to be scaled.
Yeah.
But it's less our baby type thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And I think it'll be more so America
Yeah.
based.
But the first idea is like it's really cool.
And time frames? You know what you're looking at or not?
I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks, I think.
Maybe.
Is
yeah.
it?
Until launch?
Not till launch.
Well,
but
until we
like
kind of start like
Till like prototype or?
we've already got
something usable, yeah.
Yeah.
We've already got stuff that's pretty usable,
Yeah,
but
nice.
it's like it updates so fast. We've got, oh well, that would be a good thing to have, but then the next day you've got it on there already, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh shit, like AI is just insane. Like if you just want to implement something, it's just done.
Yeah.
Nice.
But it should really help with coaching. I think it's really smart.
Sick.
Yeah, nice.
How's everyone's competitors doing at the minute this year in prep? Have you got many amateurs going early shows?
I've got a couple in that first Two Bros one, yeah. The pro qualifier.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
UK based, or are they coming over for it?
Some of them are coming over.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that and that Sweden Gasp. I think it's in April.
Is it the April one or the May one?
Yeah. One's the regional, one's pro qualifier.
I think Sweden's the May. Is it
Yeah,
May, I
that
think?
then. So it'll be the Ben Weeder, and that one is the first 2 shows.
Yeah.
When's that
So you've got
freak
people in.
going?
He'll be in the Sweden one.
Yeah, you know the one who's gained like 100 kilo muscle.
Oh, that's absolutely. We was talking about it in the chat the other day.
Oh, yeah,
it's
it's crazy,
absolutely outrageous.
And the gear usage
It's-
is really outrageous.
That
Like,
is
so much.
That's
It's like,
Outrageously minimal.
it's like 700 mig total load or something.
Yeah.
like outrageous.
Yeah.
I don't understand how it's possible.
Yeah, it was mental when we sent it in. When you said it was like, what the fuck?
It's crazy, I know.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So is he
make
going
sense.
for pro card? Yeah, nice. Is he doing the UK regional as well?
No, he'll
just
do the regional domestically and then the pro qualifier.
yeah.
Where's he
nice.
from?
Sweden.
Oh, he's from Sweden.
Swedish. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
And he can't do classic now, can
When he first started, it was.
Oh, we got loads of room.
Yeah, loads of room in the cap. I was going to say.
Yeah, but then it's
He accidentally.
The rate of gain was so consistently like predictable week to week, but it wasn't like bad weight. It was like I can't like pick apart anything here.
Yeah.
So we'll just let it keep happening, and then 33 kilos later, literally in a year.
You're waiting for the next week for it to soften.
And I was like, we need
okay,
to
now
slow
it's
down. We need to pull back. It's never happened. So I was like, right, we're 106 kilos now, and his cap's 82. It's like, right, we've got to get all the way back there. You're going to bully off a lot of the muscle you've built.
Is there anything within the process that's changed much for you?
In what way?
Like, have you done anything different that you would do to anyone else?
Or more so mindset, like got him consistent? Was he not as consistent prior or what?
I think it's with a lot of those guys, and you see that time and time again with the people that are more like genetically aligned to do really well in terms of progress. It's just all those like little details that they probably didn't think were as important before, like hammer those little details and everything falls into place. Yeah. Like how's your sleep? What's your nutrition like? You know, execution of your training, intensity, effort. Like they can do the things that they find fun. Yeah. The things they find boring, probably they're like, oh, it's not that much of a big deal. Yeah. Like sleep is a big one. Just so, like living, like being the athlete, like living the lifestyle, as cheesy as it sounds, like it's literally that.
Yeah.
If you've got the gift, like unless you do that, you're not going to get, the level of progression that you could have got.
Yeah.
Niall's a perfect example. Like when he started 3 years ago, it's like I just need you to be 100% athlete year round.
Yeah.
And I bet you, like if you can start doing that, it's going to be crazy what you can achieve.
Yeah.
But it's actually having the discipline to do that consistently.
I remember his first coach. I don't know if he was Sam.
Yes.
He used to train at Ultimate Fitness when I did when I was at uni.
Yeah.
And I remember him showing me Niall, probably like 8 years ago, 9 years ago, showing me how good he was when he was ridiculously young. And it's just cool to see his progression from there to where he is now.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
I know.
He's pretty good.
Oh, he's all right, isn't he?
He's all right. He's perfect example. Like when anyone has that like topic of conversation, it's yes, you are like the cream of the crop in terms of genetics, but you know that he didn't have to make that progress. Like the level of progression he's made has been done.
He's doing everything else as well.
All those small details of everything.
The thing is, we've had these conversations here. We talked in the last episode. We was talking about genetics, like just and when you've got somebody that's got the genetics but do things half-hearted, they still ultimately get there.
Yeah.
But when you've then got someone that's genetically blessed that is literally ticking every single box, nobody else has got no chance.
Yeah.
He turned pro, I guess, not being on
they
it
just
like he is now. So he's gone and turned pro.
Yeah.
Had a bit of a reality check when pro,
which was needed,
and then ticks off every box. And now look,
I feel like as well
2.5 years.
You know, like when you'll have someone that's not as genetically blessed, let's say, and the progress week to week, you're not seeing it week to week. I feel like every single update Niall puts up, he looks completely different. It's like physique just looks different.
It does happen on a very fast, very quick basis, yeah.
But it's like, right, how are you now controlling him not going over
the weight cap?
The weight cap.
To set like bound, like this off season was 260 was the highest he could get.
And what's his weight cap to?
Well, they re-measured them at this last Olympia. So he actually annoyingly measured lower than he did at Tampa, which was like 3 months before. So he's gone from low 230s back down to 227, where his original cap was. So when he went at Toronto, it was a 227 cap, and the first Olympia. So we can remeasure again at this Olympia, and if we like do what we can to stretch him out, he can go up again, and it will go back to low 230s. Right. But for New York, Pittsburgh, and this Olympia, it needs to be 227. But now I know it's not as much of a big deal. But finding out an hour before the cap shuts and they close the door, it's like, this is not ideal. Because like we thought he came in at 231 and a half for a 234 cap. And they're like, no, you need to be 227. So like, we've got to lose 3.5 pounds in 45 minutes. Luckily, there's a Hilton spa in the hotel.
10 geezers waiting to get in the sauna.
There was literally full of guys.
Probably made it better for all of them, to be fair.
Everyone was just suffering. But now we know in advance, like, we know where we need to be. Because if I knew that a week before the Olympia, I could have gotten there.
Yeah,
but
of course.
I didn't know.
You don't plan for that,
I didn't plan for that, no.
Yeah. That is... I think that's definitely better, like moving forward for the caps that they're doing it, how they do it. Because like you say, this
needs to be set for the year.
Yeah, like even when you just talk about an amateur level, like you know what someone's height is, and you go there with the view that that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
And then you're like, fuck, it's not that.
Yeah.
So I think being able to have
I
that
would
set,
be pissed.
it just makes it so much easier for you.
How
100%,
stressed were you at that point?
Was not an ideal situation. Because then you're like,
You don't say.
And the thing is as well, it's in that position as well, Cal. It's where you know what you've got to try and do in that 45 minutes to get someone there, which ain't going to be what you
not
want to
easy,
do.
no.
You know, it's going to be hell.
You're actively pulling yourself away from where you need to be
Yeah.
once he's made way, and then you've got to cover your ground to get back there and then work from it.
Is it a day and a half?
The Olympia's longer, it's a day and a half, yeah. But if it was like, for example, New York, it's like 7 p.m. weigh-in and then 10 a.m. prejudge. So you've got not
It
got
doesn't
a
make
time.
any sense.
But it's like we did it in Tampa, and Tampa was one of my favorite looks because I literally had 5 meals worth of time between weigh-ins and stage,
Right.
and it was enough to like hydrate him. And he doesn't really do that much silliness with like his water stays consistent. It's more so meals because he needs to pull his food down to the cap. But like 5 meals was just enough to like have him fresh and full on stage. But he was inside out peeled. Like when he came out, it was the most insane thing. And he completely Menegate, he was, I don't know, he was 7th I think last year.
Yeah.
And he destroyed him, bro. Yeah. Like destroyed. To the point where like people were like silenced in the audience when he started turning around.
Many much
Crazy. Yeah. So I know that look is there with a bit more muscle. So like for New York, it's like it's good because I know I can deliver that. But then for Pittsburgh, it's the same as the Olympia. So it's Friday weigh-ins, Sunday stage. So I can fill him to the brim for that. And then it's quite cool because you can bring 2 different looks.
Yeah.
Because the same judges, it will be Tyler, Steve, or both. So you can do like one look in New York, and then you can fill him up and bring him on 3 or 4 pounds heavy for Pittsburgh, and come in fuller and
See what looks better.
what they like as well.
And you're going to know then really what's going to work best for the Olympia, aren't you? Yeah.
That brings on to the first
Exactly.
topic-ish in terms of just speaking about imposter syndrome because you did a reel on it the other day, right?
Yeah.
Good timing.
Good timing.
Yeah. And speaking about being at the Olympia and whatnot, was that your second Olympia?
That was, well, I didn't go to the second one, but it's technically my third, but it's the second one I've
Second
been
with
to.
Niall, with
Yeah.
Niall, wasn't it? Yeah.
And just all of us, how we deal with it, if we still suffer with it.
I mean, I think I'm pretty bad for it.
Yeah.
But I'm quite a self-loather anyway. Like I've always been a bit of a like, you know,
Pick yourself apart.
yeah, pick myself apart, speak to myself like shit. And then obviously it's like everyone tells you, oh bro, you're sick at this. I'm just like, I mean, I'm all right. But like when you know the standard above you is so much higher, it's like, yeah, but I'm not there.
Yeah, you're not where you want to be.
No. Which I don't think there's a problem with that, but unless it like puts me in a bit of a hole.
I think
me.
sometimes though,
Yeah.
I think sometimes though with that, like I know we say when we talk about wanting to be higher, and you know we know there's a higher stretch than that. Also, you've got it's also being presented with the opportunity as well.
Yeah,
that's the big thing. I think, like you know, arguably, do we think that we could take people to the Olympia and perform at an Olympia level? Like, you know, I'd be fairly confident that I feel like I could probably do that as you would and as you would.
Yeah, for sure.
Cal's done it.
But I mean, it's not going to stop me from shitting myself as
Of course.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I remember,
Absolutely.
like, my biggest thing really was Kamara's pro show. It's the first person doing a pro show. And I know she had to nail it because everyone always said, she's never been in that condition she needs to be.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to kill her to get her. Luckily, I didn't have to because she can fucking eat. And she did great. There was, I think, 30 girls and she came 7th. And it's in Europe, which is, they want the units.
Yeah.
And she's pretty small compared to them. But when I got there, I was thinking...
She'd moved up from fitness now.
Yeah, she's
Did
gone from
she do
fitness to
wellness
figure.
for one show, or is it just figure?
No, it's just figure.
Just figure.
But I remember being there and we were like the press conference the day before and like Nathan Dash was there, Rubiel, like, and I was just looking around thinking, oh, what's his name? Fucking hell. Roman Fritz was there. I was just like, man, these people, Samson was there, Urs was there, and I was just thinking, what am I doing here? Like, I was just thinking, I'm not here as like a audience member. I've got someone in the fucking show. It was mad, but I also absolutely fucking loved it.
Yeah.
It was sick, but it was like the first time I've been like,
That's
oh,
what I say
shit.
though. I think what I was just going to say was like, the thing is, the capability for arguably is there. It's just trying to, it's getting the opportunity as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because arguably, you know, do I think that I'm doing anything maybe different myself to what I was doing 6 months to a year ago? No, but because I've had a good year, you get them clients that then allow you to have that opportunity to to go to that point, isn't it?
But I only had Matt Tofton because of the year that I'd had.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then he gives me an opportunity, and fuck, all right, got a pro card.
And you take it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it starts, isn't it? But I certainly when you say about that, like sometimes when I even go to shows now and just random people say hello to me, I'm like, why are you talking to me?
Can we get a picture, bro? I'm like, you serious,
what?
bro?
What do you mean? You want to? Like you just.
I find that. Well, obviously, I don't say that to him. I'm like, oh yeah, bro, sweet. But after I'm thinking, why do you want a picture?
What do you mean? That's what I'm like. I'm exactly the same.
I secretly, I love it.
Yeah, it's
cool.
It's a nice feeling. Yeah,
it is. But after I'm just like, bro,
but it is just like
what are you doing that photo?
It's an ego boost, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is.
It's great. It is a nice feeling.
Tim bro. Yeah, I know. I feel the same. I feel like I've had quite a quick come up.
Yeah.
Over the last few years.
Everyone's talking about you now.
Exponential increase. Yeah. So I think I've had to just take it in my stride a little bit and keep going.
But I also feel like you're so. I know you come across. I don't think you are, but you come across as like so laid back, and horizontal. I feel like nothing phases you.
Yeah,
you're not an emotional person. I don't think. Well, in comparison to me, but who is more emotional?
It's not a therapy session, mate. Stop picking him apart. Jesus.
No emotion. I am, but I don't know. Quietly confident, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that is a perfect way to describe you because like you are very assertive in what you're doing.
Unfazed.
Well, you were just saying about if you was putting someone in a pro show, like you just said, you'd be a bit nervous. Like I'd probably be in the same boat. I actually think you probably wouldn't be. I think you'd be quite assertive. I think you're very confident in your ability, but not in an egotistic way.
Yeah, I think I just back myself.
Yeah.
I've always just been like, what?
Bit ego. No joke.
I've always just felt like I'm not working with people that I should work with yet. And I've always tried to learn as much as I can, do as much as I can until the time comes to when I am working with them level of people. So I feel like I just kind of take the opportunity and go with it. I'd be shit myself behind the scenes.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I would be absolutely shit myself, but like I wouldn't want that to show.
Yeah.
Oh
so
yeah, like if I'm, no one's gonna know that I'm fucking nervous. I'm still, upbeat, like, let's fucking go. But in my head, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. And I get so engrossed that I think then other emotions take over. When it's show day, I'm just like tunnel vision and that's all. I just thrive off it. I absolutely thrive off it. To be fair,
I get more panicky probably in the 2 days out, 1 day out.
Yeah.
Than I do on the day, because it's like sometimes if you take, if you're 2 days out and, sometimes I'm looking at someone, I think, way more food. I'm like, fuck me, we put 1,000 carb in today, but I think there's still more room. Let's keep going. That's more panicky for me than I'm very good at the night before show day. If I'm looking at someone like, I know you're going to be on
you're going to bed knowing that. And you've done it that many times that they're going to wake up.
The night before and you look at them, you're like, wow, you're this dry now. What the fuck
are
you going to look like in the morning?
Yeah.
Unless you end up sticking, stick a Boomex in.
Yeah, wash it all away.
What about you, Cal? I'm interested to hear your views on just how because for you, obviously, it's continued to go up.
And how it's changed.
Yeah.
I don't think that that little voice in your head, I don't think will ever go. But I think the more that you do it, because everyone will see this, the more that you do it, even like you probably know from the first show to where you are now, like your mindset is just a little bit more conditioned to like doing it again. It doesn't feel as much of a big deal. It's like I've done this before, so it's just if it's a bigger show, if it's a bigger platform that you've got an athlete in, it's like, well, if I can do that, I can take the next step and do this. So like you said, you just got to back yourself a little bit.
I definitely think I had that this year, to be fair. Just like going to shows is a bit more like just another show.
Yeah. But you've had the losses, haven't you? You've had the worst thing that happens and they lose. So you've dealt with that. Yeah. So you know that it wasn't the end of the world. I think the more clients didn't leave.
Yeah. The more that you go through both good and bad, it's just conditioning you to be more calm and think clearly and handle and tolerate pressure better. But I also think, especially in the coaching, in the coaching circle that we're in, especially in the competitive realm, the ability to operate well under pressure really defines like really good coaches from maybe coaches that aren't built to handle competitors. And that's where I think that's where everything starts to shine then, because you've got to be the one that absorbs a lot of that stress and pressure for them.
Most of it, arguably, isn't it?
You've got to be the one that says, look, this is the situation, here's the game plan, let's go and execute. If you're like getting worked up and they sense that and absorb that,
there's no trust.
It's only going to go one way.
What about imposter syndrome? Do you
I think I don't think that will ever leave you. I just think your ability to not really hear it after a while is just more and more.
That's a fair point.
It's just like it will only become louder if you fall short. So if you have a really bad result, or you're driving home one day and you're like, man, that didn't go to plan, that little voice in your head's whispering a little bit louder. But then when you do get those moments and kind of hit those, then it's like, right, I can do this. Like, let's crack on.
Yeah.
You know,
if you don't have it, you're probably not
almost
quite
suggest you
humble
don't-
with it as well.
100%, yeah.
It keeps you grounded,
say
it
the
keeps
same.
you wanting more
Yeah.
to keep
Well, I
getting
think it
better, right?
shows care as well. doesn't it?
Yeah.
I
If
would
you're
say-
not worried about it, then it suggests that you don't actually care what the outcome is.
If you haven't got it, you'll probably really up yourself.
Yeah.
And it'll bite you in the ass.
Or you either up
Quickly.
yourself, or you just clearly just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Which we see all the time. Like, how many times have we had conversations where we're seeing protocols, or I'm hearing stuff where like people they're a day out and their coach hasn't replied to them for 6 hours. I'm like, huh? And it's like show day, and it's like it's 10 o'clock on show day, and they still haven't heard a reply. You're like, huh? So they're the kind of people they don't care.
Yeah.
So they probably don't get it because
They think they're cream of the crop.
there's just no.
I want them at the top now, so I'll put in less effort.
Yeah.
See it all the time.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you think there was like a certain point or time that happened where it was like, fuck, this is going to blow up in terms of you as a coach?
2022,
Which was?
13 pro cards.
Was that what it was in 1 year?
Mic drop.
Fucking hell. Was that was
That was crazy because
That
it was
was
like
the-
every show. It just got to a point where every show, and I travelled so much, it completely like ruined my life because I was just I was just so cooked by the end of that year. Like it has an impact.
was that the Matt McCulloch year? Was that year? That was 23, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yes,
yeah.
because that had been the start. Because I remember when he beat Brandon.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
2022.
2020. No, 2022. It was.
Oh, 22.
That was the year after. Yeah.
Oh, Brandon, that was the Brandon Harding year then. Wasn't
that was the Brennan Harding. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, topic of conversation. Yeah, that was more so just like it when it kept on happening. It was just almost like on the flight home. It was proving a point to yourself. It's like, no, you can do it. Like you just got to keep on doing it. If that makes sense.
When it was getting to like it's like every week it's happening, we're just thinking, what is going on?
I know. And you don't want to jinx it. And then you're like, and then I kept on going to shows because like, well, if I keep on going to shows, the same thing hopefully should keep on happening.
Yeah.
And it just kept on happening, I think. But that's
I
just
remember
like,
that year of travel for you.
it's just, you've just got to immerse yourself in it. There's no other way. Like you've just got to go 100%.
Because you said to me at the start of last year, it was like, how many shows you got in and stuff like that, and we were talking, and you were like, you're going to be cooked. Like end of year, just like try and just not go.
I think you've got to spend a period of time, and I say this to every person, you've got to spend a period of time giving way more than you're getting back.
Oh, 100%.
yeah.
You've got to spend
Yeah.
a good chunk of time where it's like, I know for a fact that I've spent so much money getting to the show that anything you've ever paid me, I'm still in the negative.
Yeah, because we've had this, conversation
so
every
many
week.
clients.
I don't think there's another way of getting your foot in the door than that.
No.
And the thing is as well, what we said as well,
Speculate to accumulate.
what's almost like it's good but frustrating is the best clients are the ones you actually don't end up earning physical money out of at the time, because you've got someone who's on the verge of a pro card, you've done 3 pro qualifiers, you're now $2,000 deep into that. You've practically coached them all year and they've been on daily check-ins for God knows how long, because they've done 1 pro qualifier 4 weeks ago, another one now, another one in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
How do you transition from 2022, I'm going to every single motherfucking show there is, to then not?
Also being selective.
More
Have a
selective.
baby.
Fair.
True, yeah.
I can't do that.
Because I think everything that in that regard comes at a cost, and when it starts to become more of a cost than you're comfortable taking, that's when you've got to go, right, what am I going to change now? Which is really why we started the education and went that way as well.
I was going to say,
it's more passive in that way.
do you think if you didn't have the baby, you'd still be doing it?
Yeah.
You do? Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, but it was also too much of a compromise for Hannah because it's like I was just not present because I was either traveling or where it's like when you've
It's
got a
hard
show every
when
week
you've
and your
got-
mind is in one place.
Oh, it's all
like
you're interested in.
I can't not deliver here because
Yeah.
there's so much expectation. It's all on me.
Yeah.
And it's like you feel as though if one result goes wrong, what are other clients going to think? Are they going to lose their faith in me because I've not done this?
Yeah.
Is everyone else going to leave because of this?
Yeah.
And then it's just like, and you have that for a year non-stop. It's a big.
Well, then Monday rolls around and you're thinking about Saturday, Sunday
thing.
again.
Yeah.
You're just wishing the week away, ready for the next show.
yeah.
And I think we can all that's where we're all at now.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
We
and,
speak about
there's
this all the time.
Points of last year, well, especially towards the back end, because it does become a show every single weekend, and sometimes it's double shows, and sometimes it's UK, sometimes it's abroad. I was not a nice person to be around in my personal life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
around
hard.
clients, bringing the energy.
Yeah, but anyone else outside
Anyone
of that
else,
suffers.
I'm like, just don't talk to me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, as much as we complain about being tired, and it's a lot. Fucking love it.
I love it.
Yeah.
You live for it, don't you?
I don't think you could do it unless you truly love it.
You have to love it because it is. And people say it's all right. You sit behind the desk all day, but it's like it isn't that.
Yeah, I love when because on Instagram, the travel looks absolutely class.
Oh yeah, people go. You get to
I'm
travel.
absolutely fucked.
Yeah, I think
every day that I'm there.
I think I did 14 different countries last year.
It's not great.
And people are like, yeah, you get to see the world. I'm like, I don't really.
You get to see an Airbnb.
Like, I don't really because this person from 2 days out needs to see what they want to see what I look like. They look like every meal.
I see another stage that looks like the other 50 I've been to.
I've got a spare hour. Like I remember at the back end of Romania, I think we was it talking in the chat at this point. I went to Romania for the pro show last year, and I went to the spa, the thermal spa. That's unbelievable. I got there at 10. Unbelievable, really nice. Got there at just after 10 o'clock. I'm in the pool with my phone. Literally, I'm just like in this, like trying to fucking respond to people while I'm in the pool walking around, and people are looking at me like, what is he doing?
Yeah.
But it's just because I had like 4 people competing the next day.
And you know the funny thing about that is when you're in those situations, I always felt I don't want to post anything with me here because then people are thinking I'm dossing off.
Yeah.
It's like, why is it not with me?
Yeah.
Then it's like you feel guilty of like maybe I should be with them 24/7.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
Well, and it was only I put him to bed. I literally put him to bed and I was like, I'll go to the spa now at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And I'm still
Took to me.
Yeah.
Bedtime story.
Oh, you're talking 10 p.m.
Yeah, 10 p.m.
Oh, not even 10. Oh,
No,
okay,
10
wow.
p.m. Yeah,
Is it 24 hours then? Or?
Yeah, it's open till like 2 o'clock in the
Oh,
morning.
right.
So it's like,
Yeah, that's
it was literally, so I'd literally responded to pretty much most people, put him to bed. And then I was like, well, I might as well go to the spa now at 10 o'clock at
With my
night.
phone.
Literally, and I'm just sitting in the pool walking around. That's just like, this.
I always think when you're
mental.
away at a show, I always think, I feel bad going out.
Yeah, you do. You
Like,
do.
oh, it'd be nice to look around Prague, but I want to eat you. I want to see you eat 100 gram of rice.
When you plan what you're going to do, if you're going to do anything by their meals, so it's like, right, you've eaten. I've got an hour. I'm going to go and quickly get some food.
Well,
like-
in Marseille, after Adam won his card, that was the first meal out me and Megan had since her prep.
Yeah.
But how long ago was that? Well, how many?
11 months.
Yeah, there you go.
And that was the first meal we'd had out together.
Yeah.
It's good your missus loves bodybuilding.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate. And she comes to most shows with me. So I am fortunate.
You find that all a good thing and a bad thing though? Because like for me, Hannah not being in bodybuilding, I think is what I need as like something that's just
pulls you
complete
back.
contrast.
Yeah.
So when we sit down for food, we don't talk about anything to do with bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Whereas if she was in bodybuilding, I think I'd find that harder.
Yeah.
And also it helps that Hannah is a legend.
Yeah.
Like she's
she's
always
very
his help.
considerate and she'll take a lot of compromises.
You
all the
have
time.
to. You have to have
I don't think
someone
it would
like
work
that.
the other way. But then you've also got the fact that she understands. So
She understands everything, and I coach her.
Yeah.
All we do probably all day is talk about bodybuilding, to be fair.
Yeah.
But we make a strict rule that, like, for the last hour and a half pre-bed, we watch
You've got
something
that
that
shift
is not
off.
bodybuilding.
Yeah, there you go.
And we
Yeah.
watch something
Yeah.
that's entirely different. Then we wake up the next day and it's back to bodybuilding.
Yeah.
The
But
thing that helps you though is you're still fresh into this. Like you're young.
Yeah, you are.
yeah,
Like you've been doing it a long time, but you're a lot younger.
yeah.
How old are you, Tom?
27.
27.
Yeah.
How old are you, Cal?
33.
I'm the oldest.
How old are you?
35.
35 years.
34. Just turned 34.
How long have you been? You must be 10 years plus now coaching wise.
I started PTing in 2013.
Yeah. I was going to say, yeah.
12 to 13 years.
Yeah, mad.
I was 14. Fucking hell.
That's crazy, that, yeah.
Like, crazy.
He had his first client on stage then.
I was speaking at 14.
on Little St James Island. What? Can we get on to conspiracy theories? That's what me and Tim just send each
Was
other
he
down.
Israeli agent, was he, or what?
Well, speaking of peaking, second topic is peaking. Just basic peaking strategies. If we do anything different to each other, do they differ between male and female in terms of peaking in general? Do you have different methods for male and peaking? For male and female, do you tweak them much?
Well, good.
What's the basis?
Good one to start actually is I rang you, didn't I? Last year, quite early on. I was like,
I think you meant the joke call.
no. Well, Boomex.
Boomex.
Yeah, you confirmed to use the Boomex.
Double it.
I think I was saying to you, I've got a lot of bigger boys going this year.
Oh, yeah.
And we were just talking. I said, look, I kind of want to just linear load. Like, and we both said, well, that sounds boring.
It works.
It works
Yeah,
the
yeah.
best and just keep it consistent. Like we've all done the fat load, carb load, dry off.
Yeah.
Like we've all done that. Probably not you.
I'm not fat loads, no.
No.
I don't like fat loads anyway.
No, but we used to.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
And that was from way back when I did that shoot in COVID. So 2020.
Yeah.
It was Dr. Scott who pioneered fat loading,
But
right?
it's
And
Scott
obviously
Stevenson,
Joe's-
then Joe, and then
Yeah.
when Joe started telling us, I was like, oh, I'll start trying that.
It sounds great on paper. The premise sounds, well, it makes complete sense, right? Fill every store. But I just think that you put them in such a hole that you need so much more to get them back out at the back end of P week. And they're that insulin sensitive anyway. They don't need to be anymore.
That's exactly what
I just think when you talk about linear loading, if someone is ready, gradually increase food until they are full,
and pull
and
down
if some fluid goes on, pull it off. Like that is so simple. I remember saying to you, and I was like, it sounds really boring, and you were like, that's what I do with everyone at the minute. I'm like, okay, well that confirms
front load, linear load, you've got the most control over the back end of the P week.
Well, and I think also, like, how many times have we all, you know, potentially gone with a whole, you know, carb up towards the back end of the week, and then you've decided that, you know, the next show's in 4 or 5 weeks' time, you start gradually sticking some more food in every day, and then you're like, fuck me, all of a sudden they've come to life. Do you know what I mean? Like, how many people have you reversed into shows now, and they look better? Like, so much
just
better.
fresh.
Like, like, it's the amount of people over the last 2 years where I've kind of got them down to where I want them, and I just, you know, 2 or 3 weeks out, just very gradually just keep whipping in. Like,
this can be related into peaking as well, but it's kind of a separate question. Do you find like the higher level of athlete you've got, they try and have more input on the peak
and try and make it more complex?
I think they have more input on what they look like. Flat full.
So, if I work with someone that is like had more, so for example, someone like Laszlo last year, when he stopped with Patrick, I think he was 9 weeks out from whatever show we did together, Prague, or I can't remember which show it was.
But that's not looking good for the quiz if you can't know that.
That was the look at my phone. That was the first peak I'd had. We'd had 9 weeks together. But one thing I did do at the start was, and this isn't to kind of knock anything else, because Patrick's like a multiple Olympia winning coach. He's one of the greatest that's ever done it. It's more so like breaking down what has happened in the past and what worked and what didn't. And I'll basically run with the stuff that he feels and I feel worked well, and I'll throw away the other stuff and I'll mold it to what I want to do next. So I think the more experienced they are, the more you have to account for what's been successful in the past. And then you've got to be really critical about what's not worked and what have you not liked, and let's try and remold that to a way that it reflects both.
We said that in a previous podcast that the experienced athletes, their feedback does matter more on what's worked compared to a first timer. If they say they're tired, they've not really been tired before. Okay, I'll take it on board. But when an athlete who's been there, done it over the years, says this has worked really well, and even if you don't necessarily agree too much with it, if it's worked really well and they feel calm doing it, it's probably going to elicit.
And like we said at the start, the guy that won the overall is not necessarily one you agree with the protocol they've done, but they still won the overall.
Well, I've got some really good examples of that. Really good examples. Like some of the Middle East Arab guys that Hamid is a really good example that turned pro in, I think, Norway, men's physique, and he was one where my way of doing it and what I felt was the right decision for the first show did not pull off. And he was telling me in the background, look, bro, we need to change this.
Was he telling you it wasn't?
He's like, I'm going to respect you and follow it, but I'm not sure this 100% is going to work. And I thought, let's just try it because we've got a couple of shows ahead of us. And then it didn't pull off. It pulled off probably 40% of what I thought it could pull off. And this was me approaching it in a very similar manner to how I'd have peaked most people.
Do you mind me asking, like, what?
Like more consistent with, like, hydration didn't change that much in terms of aggression. He didn't want to eat any carbs close to the stage. He just wanted to stay on proteins and fats. He didn't want a carb load. And I was like, linear little increases. You're getting a little bit fuller, but it's like, I'm not going to be dry enough on stage. And it's like, I need to pour water. I need to remove all salt. Like and it's like old school,
proper
like
old school methods,
like hardcore old school methods. And the look just didn't click on stage. So I had a call with him after, and I was like, right, well, I'll kind of take a step back and look at things objectively, and we'll take an approach that kind of matches both. So the next show, he cut water from 24 hours out from stage. He cut all sodium. He was on proteins and fats. He used a certain amount of modulatic that he probably used more than I told him to use. And he was like, he woke up
peeled
100% on, like insane. Like you could pull the skin off his obliques and the skin would just like slowly pull back into his midsection.
And what about show day?
Razor sharp.
Shrink wrapped.
Won the overall, like.
Anything on show day?
No food.
Just walked up.
So he was on stage at like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, no food, no water.
Just carried on the whole way.
Look, again, we've done that.
He was like, brother, I just go backstage, I sleep, and I wake up for show.
and it worked.
I know with some of my clients that has worked unbelievably well. But I think the reason why it wouldn't work on everyone is the stress of it that's
100%.
involved.
But there's also something in that individual response, which is why I think in this situation, which you said before, it's not this is the best way of doing it, because that doesn't apply to all athletes.
No. How many times can we all say that we've got an approach that we will use 80-90% of the time? You do it. You've got two people where you think they're going to respond arguably exactly the same.
Yeah.
You go on stage, this geezer's peeled full out of it, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
And you almost go, fuck, what did it?
Like you also can't control their internal stress response.
Yeah.
Agreed, yeah.
And he felt more comfortable doing the way that we changed it to, which could have had an impact as well.
Absolutely.
You take Americans, and I've had so much trouble with like American bikini girls that I've done every single prep, minimum 90 minutes. Cardio,
we've had this conversation.
Tilapia, almond butter, asparagus from
Some
the get-go.
for 20 weeks out.
Yeah, and you try and tell them we're probably not going to do any cardio this prep, and,
Yeah.
and we're going to do some steps. What steps? And I'm like, okay. And we're not just
Walking
going to
to
eat
start.
tilapia and almond butter.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, I've got tilapia and almond butter in because they're stressed out the fucking mind that it's not working.
they just want it,
and they want it. And I just think, sometimes when you're accustomed to it for a long period of time, you have to kind
I
of
think
just...
that is the problem when you're accustomed to something for a long time.
And it means so
you have
much to them, they're dreading the change in case it doesn't.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to do things you don't necessarily want to do.
Of course you do. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
if it makes them happy, I'll remove myself a little bit from it.
As the thing is-
granted, I take things personally. Because that's just how
I
I'm
always
like,
say with
"Fuck's
some
sake, fuck
things-
this." But I'm just like, yeah, man, tilapia gang, let's get it. But a good on peaking, I know I always use an example, but it's a good example. Tofton.
Did you turn in bro? Okay, yeah.
He was so dry, and we didn't do anything that impact. We tapered carbs down across the day before. That's the only change, and he was so dry. And I can tell you now, it's because he was so chilled.
Yeah.
Which he never is.
It does, but it makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
It makes a huge difference.
And I know that if I put like one serving of Peak Max in, he would have got more fluid on him.
Well, the thing is that, but like you say, when you're looking at him and if he's 24 hours out or 12 hours out, whatever, and he's dry as a bone, why rock the boat?
Yeah.
You look dry now doing that. Keep doing that.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Whatever we're doing, just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Do you think though, like a linear load and finding, say, that perfect post-workout look and just replicating it, you're shooting for maybe like an 80 to 90% look, but you're not shooting for the extra 5%, say, because you don't want to take the risk.
Yeah.
Do you think at the top, you've got to take more of the risk? Because
little
for
bit.
me, when you look at and I think it's why Olympians at that level hit and miss a lot. They present different looks show to show because a lot of the time it's the kitchen sink, right?
Yeah.
But you don't get that look without the little bit of risk. You know, you look at like Logan at the Arnolds, that shrimp wrap look, the Mike at 2024 Olympia, these peaks that are they're peaked out of their mind.
But
they don't get.
The counter I'd say with that is look at Logan at that show.
But then they missed.
Yeah,
they
they
missed
missed
it.
it,
So that's my point. But then sometimes when you're up against them, like, do you think, say with Niall maybe, you'll have to take a little bit more risk
I think
to
in time,
break into the
Well,
top
so one
three?
of the questions that I put in, I think,
Yeah.
was to ask you later on,
But
which
it
is
comes
what I
on to
said
peaking.
was like, you kind of explained it a little bit when you said about, obviously you had the cap to make, so you didn't really have much of a choice. But with Niall, when you are at that level, you know, and probably now more so going into next year because the pressure's on, but he's, you know, where he's placed, and arguably if you want to jump up the ranks, you're talking about going into the best of the best now.
Yeah.
Do you think for you moving forward, you would take that risk? Or would you play it safe?
So the only analogy I'd use in those situations is if you've got like, and this is probably your car chat, if you've got a perfectly functioning McLaren, right? Do you try and mod it to make it 5 miles an hour faster, or do you just leave it as it is? Because the warranty's still there.
Yeah.
It works every time you turn it on.
Good
Doesn't
analogy.
Very good
doesn't
analogy,
break
yeah.
down.
What if that McLaren's going up against an F1 car?
But I think that F1 car is going to slip up more times than me if the McLaren's
Yeah,
consistent.
but agreed. There's way more risk to it.
Yeah.
But I just think in terms of that, you know that look that I mean, that shrink
But
wrap, that look that you described with the guy that cut the salt and did everything, right?
Yeah.
But then that's also probably why they fluctuate in placing so much,
But like,
show to show.
The good analogy for someone like Niall is, I know that if we can keep on winning shows consistently, even if he jumps one step higher each time with Olympia, in 2 or 3 years' time, he can win the Olympia. Whereas if I take him to New York Pro and I suddenly come third because I've tried something that didn't pull off, that massively impacts negatively the momentum he has for everything else to come.
Yeah.
Everything else, and the whole notion of like the momentum and his seed in that top 10 completely changes.
Yeah.
So I can't afford the slip up. So I'd rather spend 3 years to win the Olympia than try and win it this year and slip up.
Yeah,
because the risk.
We'll try and get there with a peak.
The risk just isn't worth it.
Yeah. And I agree. Like, and we've had these conversations before. Like, I'll always come back to the Diazide burger chips analogy thing that we talk about so often. Like, you're like you've said before, you're rolling the dice.
Yeah.
You're going for a 5% better look than what you've got now.
When it gets to 6, it's like,
because ultimately you've not tested a burger and chips with a Diazide the whole time. You might have had a burger and chips in there at some point, but you haven't had the Diazide working with it, which arguably is where the point of it could go wrong, right? So it's like, we've had the conversations like you're pushing for that extra 5%, but you're potentially going for it to go 40% the other way.
And it stresses me. It stresses me more out if I'm thinking I'm throwing more at it.
Yeah, and we've said like, for us personally, like I personally wouldn't take that risk.
Yeah.
The time when I might take the risk is if it's a regional where we're just doing a test run for a pro qualifier.
And we've all done that.
Yeah.
But the reason why we stopped doing it is because sometimes it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
well, more times than not, it doesn't.
Well, yeah.
Right?
And we want to eliminate the risk of us turning on show day, looking at it in the morning going, fuck, it's not pulled off.
I think we've all gone from even aggressive peaking to far less now.
Yeah.
Like over the
Just
last
risk
few years.
management.
Which is really,
And I think we've
so nice. It's so much less
accumulated
thinking.
that with experience though of it.
Yeah.
Not going wrong. I won't say we've ever landed bad looks, but just maybe 2 days later being like, oh, maybe if I didn't pull
better
fluid,
now.
they looked a little bit better.
Well, and also I think like coming back to my point as well, where I said about you see, I still say it like post show. If you got someone who absolutely nails that post show period, 2-3 weeks later, and I use the example of Aston. It was a great example of it where you just
turn Aston Pro.
Yeah, but you use that example where when you've got more experience of seeing people
100%,
2-3 weeks post show, you go, fucking hell. Do you know what this is
Maybe
better?
they were flat.
And then-
maybe
and-
they did lose a little.
And then you do change your approach because you start to see, well, he's looking better, he looks better, and you go, fucking hell. Well, that makes way more sense than doing what you would used to do. But I think that we've said we're doing it a lot less now, but I think that's because we're experienced.
Yeah.
I still think coaches that are probably new to the game will still try and take that.
Feels
risk.
like they have to do it to try and make a statement.
Correct.
But like I think unless you can repeat it next weekend, I don't think it's worth doing.
No.
That's what I've always said about the high level coaching is like you look at us and we can pretty much put the same guy with the same look on stage every week. Even if you look at lower level amateur, they do 3 PCA regionals. They look the same at every regional because we've got everything dialed in. Take fucking Milos, for example, and the protocols that they do.
And down.
And they Samson went with him, will win a show, and then next thing he looks 8 weeks out, 2 weeks later at the next show. Yeah. Then he looks better again, and it's just so unpredictable because it's
I also
kitchen
like
sink.
though, when you've got like Jimmy,
Tongue.
no, Mike, you know that, don't you? He did 7 shows last year and was getting good placings at all of them. But it was also a chance because you're doing that many, we can kind of tweak little bits and stuff. That actually worked. And to be honest, the best thing that worked was to him actually be organised. That helps.
Well, and I think
instead
also,
of turning it with a Tesco bag.
But the little things matter the most in people. The little things matter the most.
I think also when we talk about,
Bless him.
if you use someone like Milos as an example, you say, you look 2 weeks later, Samson looks. But I think that's where you have to consider the drastic measures. Because if you are doing so, if you've got someone competing today and they're competing again in 2 weeks later, and you're going to do something really fucking drastic for that first show, well, you've got the aftermath of trying to, if you've heavily dehydrated someone, you've got to go through the point of rehydrating them. Yeah. You're probably not going to be able to put a decent amount of food.
They're going to look
for a good
shit
few
in
days.
2 days' time, which is going to stress them out.
Correct. So arguably, that's
If
where
you've got
I think
back-to-back peaks, they can look wicked. If you play it simple on linear load through back-to-back peaks,
it's the same look, isn't it?
And they just get better and fresher and fresher. And then show days stress drops off because they've done a show and they just get better.
If you do a linear,
if you try and peak them, you've got 3-4 days of pulling them back to baseline before you can even
what I'm
put
saying.
back in again.
You've got a linear load, then arguably, you've probably pulled water off the a little bit more than show day, but ultimately they're not heavily dehydrated.
They've not got the bounce back, have they?
Is right. And like the irony is, if you look at that, even like top 10 Olympia and all the people that coach those individuals, for what Niall's done, maybe it is a 90 or 95% look, but it's consistent every single time. So the judges go like, when he turns up on show, he's like, fucking, he's on again.
Well, and if you get that consistent, let's just say condition / look at 95%, every show is always going to be better
100%.
because he's had time in between to get better.
You've also got the margins either side that the others could look worse.
That's
correct.
the point.
Yeah.
It's like there's so much interchanging because those decisions are being made on a really consistent basis. When you get those athletes come to you, they're shot that you don't want to use Darzide, or they're shot that we're not depleting water, or they're shot that we're not, going zero carb for 3 days. And then you've got to ask, like, why would we do it if we're ready? But that's just the standard norm.
Do you find just on that, Cal, because you've probably got a bit more experience than us, but I've seen it a few times. Do you find that outside of the UK, you get a lot more of that?
100%. America's bad for it. Yeah. And Europe as well, to be honest. It's the same thing.
Some of the European clients that have had come to me and some of the protocols they want to do, I'm like, where have you even got this from?
Oh, I think generally speaking, where is it? as a coaching standard, both amateur and pro, like I'd confidently say the UK is probably one of the best ones in the world. Yeah, like just forward thinking.
We're more advanced. I feel
100%.
like.
I was saying this on the consult the other day. The UK coaching scene is so far ahead of everywhere else. Why do you think we all have so many foreign clients?
You still
But
got
it's also
American
hard to get people to buy into it at times. It really is.
But you still have like American
Well, if
coaches
you
weighing
just
in cups.
Finish it by saying let's get it. They normally understand it more. No steps.
They don't speak a word of English, but they understand. Let's get it at the end.
Let's get it.
I'm sold.
And they go, fucking hell, you're right, man.
Where did I get it? Where was it? Where have you come from?
I bet you see some fucking crazy peaks at these shows.
Mental, mate.
You must have some.
I dread to Ireland be like,
even the Olympia sauna
when he eat right now.
When we're in the Olympia sauna, just talk because I was like fully clothed, just sitting in there waiting for someone to fucking die because I was like I'll stand here because there's like 17 lads in there trying to make weight.
Upper placing when they die.
Just on my watch, going right. How long we got left? Go and weigh, dry them off. How long we got left? Like lads were spitting into a cup to lose weight. Like it's brutal. But you also know that a lot of those guys will be on our Dacton already.
Yeah, and they've probably not had any water.
I won't say who it is, but the morning of that show, when the people were lining up to go into the sauna, there was an individual in the men's toilets injecting Lasix before he went into the sauna.
Who is it, man? Tell us, man.
Now that proves a point. And I also say, just on the note of
how did he look on show day?
Not very good, funnily enough.
Damn.
I'll also say
strike that one off the list of trying.
The risk management with like high level bodybuilding as well and weight caps, like that 24 hours is the most risk the athlete will go through. Yeah. So it's like if you mess that up or if you don't manage that well, that's where the risk is heightened.
Yeah.
So I think that, like we've said it all before, like how things are run and how things are managed, the level of risk reduction from making the weigh-ins a little bit earlier in the day maybe, or just making it a little bit easier for the athletes and the coaches to execute, because if you make things in a shorter, more extreme time frame, people are going to do more extreme things to make it happen.
And that's kind of what I said what we said about earlier when I said about like you almost morally sometimes you've got to sit there and think, morally, does this actually sit right with me to do this? Like, I mean, I know you wouldn't have any, but but jokes aside, though, that's where I was there with the Lasix. Like you say though, with like the Lasix, like you know,
on the scales.
As a coach, like you have to just sit there and go, is this really like
it's ticking?
Cal, how quickly does this kick in?
It's potentially ticking one box, but it's creating three massive problems after, and that's the bit that if people don't realise that's where the real risk comes in. Because it's like you don't know unless you're in control of the outcome. Like we're in a really bad place here.
Yeah.
You know,
you ultimately put him through so much how to get to, and you almost go, well, it could be so far gone at that point that it's almost fucking pointless to do that in the first place.
100%. The stress rebound after doing all that as well, though.
It's impossible.
Like how the fuck are you supposed to get someone to do it?
How do they sleep?
We feel bad sometimes. Like, oh fucking hell, I've had to move a cardio to 60 minutes.
Yeah.
But this guy's telling him to inject Lasix and go in a sauna.
Yeah,
with the needles, you know that gif with the needles with the spray.
It's like you tell a client to take a quarter of a Modretic and then they check in 10 minutes later. And they normally check in the morning after. You're like, are you up?
Yeah.
Where's the check-in?
You said you were going to be up at 6. It's now
I'm
half 6.
peppering him with messages all the time. Like, you all right? You feeling good?
The amount of time I must fit.
Everything good? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Clients must think, man, this guy's a pest. Like, I'm like, all good, yeah.
Even when they've been on stage afterwards, you're like checking back in after the post show. You're like, you okay? Are you feeling all right?
I've sent a message 5 minutes later, and then I'm like,
I'm a little bit, head's a little bit fuzzy.
Drink water now.
I remember, and again, I'm not gonna say who it was, but I remember I was at the Europa Pro about a year or so ago. Last year, the UK one, and there was a coach running around, literally chasing his athlete with water.
Yeah,
like literally chasing him, like drink. Like he was trying to have a conversation, like, and he's just done well on stage, trying to have a conversation with people, like, and he's like drink. Like just putting the water in his face. I was thinking, God, I dread to think what's just gone on there.
Yeah, before the cramp kicks in.
Yeah.
It's funny that we all think the same though.
Yeah.
You know, like however high we get in the peg, we're still like shit in it.
Yeah. But that's
a moral compass.
It's just the moral compass.
It's just caring.
Yeah.
You're going to get some individuals that doesn't come into their head. But then it's like there's a real, I think that's like there's a fundamental problem in that in the first place. There's a thing, you know? That's where things just don't make sense and they get a bit silly.
Yeah.
But like luckily, and the UK is a good example. The large majority of coaches doing really well are on the right line with that.
Absolutely.
And they're doing things right and they care and they love what they do and they're passionate about their clients and they're coaching in that way, which is amazing. But there's another side of the industry where that isn't happening as well.
Well, and I think, Cal, we've had the conversation about it before. Like we used the Lasix example, right? We just wouldn't get away with that.
No.
You wouldn't get away with that in the UK. Like we've had conversations about, one of the main topics that we speak about is female ped usage that's happening in America compared to here. And it's like, we couldn't get away with that.
No.
You know,
Be outed.
You had someone on Primo and Anavar for 9 months straight. Like we would get absolutely outed, but for some reason, it just over there, you can get away with it.
I think it happens too much.
Yeah. It's almost like it's common practice, isn't it? Yeah.
And that's what I mean. The girls they come into expecting it. They've almost accepted that this is reality. That's why it's hard to get them to change their mindset.
Yeah, it's true.
Because they're also going to make way less progress when they're not using Primo and Anavar for 9 months. So it's like reshaping that mentality
absolutely.
that you're going to make less progress, but your longevity in the sport is probably going to be
100%.
a lot longer as well.
Yeah.
Do you want to do another topic or do you want to? Because we can cut it, but it's 15:15. We've got 45 minutes.
We've got to do a quiz.
Yeah.
It was rare.
We could touch on it quickly. We could touch on it. We've had quite a lot of people just asking. I've mentioned about talking about Retta.
We have got a load of questions.
So
as well.
we said
but
we could just have we can have an open 5, can't we? Just opinions.
Is he there? Yeah. All right. You cut us back in. Sorry, I couldn't see you. I thought.
Hello.
Right. So final topic. Just a little touch upon Retta. Are you using it much for people?
I've used it. Yeah.
Have you used it yourself?
Not myself, but I've used it with.
Have you used it?
Yeah, I've used it myself.
I've recently used it as well, and I've had to pull it out after like 4 weeks.
What's the reason?
2 milligram.
Appetite. Dead.
I can't even have a high day.
Yeah.
Waking up acid reflux, and I'm not on high food for me.
It's so mad how different it is for certain people. I've got a lad, Jack, and he's using it. His hunger is more. Like, I think maybe because he's processing food so much better. I don't know.
Fake Retta.
Probably fake Retta, bro.
No. As in,
he's doing 0.2 milligrams.
This is why I don't call it
by accident. I'm hungry, mate.
No, he's just he feels like he's more sensitive to the food that he's putting in, which is spiking his hunger a bit. He's got no food noise now, which is the reason why I put it in.
Yeah.
But at the same, it's had such a opposite effect than what you would think.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean,
And his blood
placebo
glucose
as well.
has plummeted.
for me, it's plummeted? Yeah. For me, I used it just as I finished the last prep. It did knock a little bit of food noise out for me, but 6 weeks.
How much did you use?
2 meg.
Yeah, that's what I've just used.
6 weeks in, 6 weeks post show, I was like, I ain't going to get through an off season if I keep it.
I think for certain people it's great. You know the people that are on prep that you know before they've even started prep. I know you're going to struggle.
Yeah.
So it's probably a good idea to have some in.
Yeah.
For sure. Post show, amazing.
Yeah,
It is.
I think it's just getting to that right time to take it out, because I certainly found even when I did take it out, I didn't feel this drastic appetite increase, and that's the feedback I've had from quite a lot of people when it's come out.
And also what food can do. Like when you slow transit time down of food processing, and you like when you slow transit time down, you're slowing and reducing like gastric acid secretions, like gastric emptying, the uptake of food, the turnover of each meal. Like when you're loading someone with retatrutide in, it's a different response.
Yeah,
completely.
So for me, again, with the people that I've used, so the side effects I've come across is the main thing is a gastric emptying. I've had a few people report some skin issues. But I did, so if I had someone going into peak wheel, I'd take it out 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to have to be 2, 3,
And I pretty
3,
much
4 weeks.
long, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the half-less, what, 5, 7 days ish?
Yeah,
So,
I was taking it out 2 weeks before and pretty much keeping it out until like we've decided we're done. You know,
the
if I had someone that's
counterintuitive
doing multiple
part
shoots-
is that you're taking it out, say, 3, 4 weeks out, right? That's the hardest part of prep.
Of course,
So
yeah.
you've got it in for the easy part.
Yeah.
You're pulling it out early because you need to peak them. You can't put it back in between shows where most athletes suffer the most. So it's almost like, well, you've got it in for the easiest part of prep. And also, I've had people that have used Retta in relatively high dosage off their own back, and they've told me afterwards, they still binge.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's the mindset. They have no discipline. They've not got the, they've not built up the mental fortitude of preps. They just have got less food noise, but they've still got the mentality to go and eat off plan. Which is, I think, like first timers probably shouldn't use it because you need to learn how to prep.
For me,
but then post show put it in for a first timer.
Yeah,
for sure.
it
I think that's the best time to
It
use it
is
for a first
starting to like actually annoy me because I feel like every client is asking me about it.
Wants
and
to
I'm
use
like,
it, and they don't even
you
know why
want
they
to
want to
use
use
it because everyone else is.
Yeah.
And everyone's saying, "Oh my god, it's a godsend." It isn't a godsend if you have a really good mindset.
Yeah. No. I always said that when it first kind of come out, I always said you have like these 3 tier of athletes where like if you are superior and fantastic, having the use of Retta probably isn't going to make you any better. If you've got an athlete here that is a good athlete, it can take them to that top level. I think if you've got someone who arguably can't make it to stage, they probably can now make it to stage. And I think that's kind of where it sits for me. I mean, but then again, I had people like when with Calv, for example, like his loading days were like 1,000 gram a carb going into peak week, and he kept the Retta in. He had no problem, no gastric issues.
It is person
like-
dependent
like you
completely.
said.
Yeah.
Completely.
4 weeks in. you
I think
can't
it's
use
a
it.
great tool to have, but I think like you just said, people are wanting to
Jumping on the
use it
bandwagon.
mandatory. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think we're going through this transition with a lot of the peptides now where it has this big instant hype, and then you get all these, educators that are saying, this peptide's this peptide's this, the bollocks, and then all of a sudden
it's commission, isn't it?
and then all of a sudden, it's just you see this dip, and it's like, Motsy's now not good for this, and Retta's giving you this, and we're doing this kind of
Like another one, like
full circle.
GHKCU and all this sort of stuff. And I had a girl asking about it today, and I'm like, will it work for the things that you want it to do? Yeah.
Yes.
Just like all the other peptides. I'm not going to sit here and say, you can't take it or you have to take it. If you come to me and say, I want to use it for this reason, we'll use it.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But I also can't tell you what the fuck is going to happen in the future because there is no long-term test on it.
Yeah.
So if you want to, cool. But also don't say I didn't tell you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
So just to say, do you have any different views, Cal?
I'd say the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
I would have earned a fortune if I started pushing peptides with that code on Biolab. Because, like, most people buy growth hormone off there and it will do really well. But if I started saying to everyone, like, you need to use Motsy, you need to use SOU on my Instagram, it would earn fortunes.
Yeah.
But the reason why I don't is because it's case dependent. If a client comes to me and says, I've got this, I want to use it, I'm not going to say, no, you can't use that.
Yeah.
I might say, like, let's try it for a month and see how you get on. But if it's a peptide where I see no relevance in using it, so I just don't see there's any point in
What's the
using
point?
anything.
Yeah.
And I also think in those situations, the more advanced the athlete in particular, the more you put in, the more complicated it makes. Because it makes the situation, it's like
It's
if there's
more
if
variables
there's-
to control,
If there's
isn't it?
less going on, it's way easier to manage. If there's
Yeah.
more variables there, I don't know what's doing what.
Yeah.
You've added Clen, SOU, MOTC, 5 amino 1H, whatever it might be. You've added them all at once. I don't know what's doing what
What's
anyway.
working.
And they don't know.
And they don't know either.
Most people.
oh, I
It's like,
feel great, bro.
Well, the
this
thing is,
Motsy, I feel great. You've got all the others in
Yeah,
as well.
exactly.
and you get to that point where you, like you said, you go, what's working?
Yeah.
But then, and it might all look work and it all works great together, but then, well, the next time you do it, you've got to do the same fucking
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
again.
Do
Do you
because
remember when
you don't actually know?
SLU came out and it was like, it's like 100 times Clen. Like,
No, it's not.
what is your evidence? Like, how are you
yeah.
proving that?
It's also more pinning.
Yeah.
It's never good to just be pinning and pinning.
Yeah.
I've got a rash, bro. Cool, man. You've jabbed 10 different things today. like when someone has a bad jab and they come to you, I'm like, yeah, bro, you're putting an inanimate object inside you
Stomach's like a dartboard.
with something that has probably been made in someone's fucking bathtub.
And
Like, what
also,
are you
I'm not a
expecting?
doctor. Like, go to the hospital then. If you think it's that bad, the pin, then go to hospital.
Yeah.
Don't ask
hot
me.
salt water on a
please.
towel. It's my normal go-to.
Yeah, I think we
do.
all agree with that.
Yeah.
Shall I get the board?
Let's move on to the quiz. Yeah, let's,
I feel like we need, guys, if anyone can make us like a tune,
a tune.
A little theme song.
like a little theme
yeah.
song, coaching a reasonably shit quiz.
I mean, AI could probably fucking do it,
Coaching a... No, I'm not going to do that.
Maybe you could just make it. Right, Cal, are you ready?
I'm
It's
ready,
the most
mate.
important thing.
What we got? 40 minutes left.
You're going to need to show me the bonus.
I'll
I'll come round to you. Or you just send me the laptop.
Yep. Right, so Cal, what
Who
we're going
asked,
to...
who asked the question? Who asked the bonus question? You.
Yeah, Christian usually asks the bonus question.
I'll text you.
So, Cal, basically what we've got is a series of questions, and
Yeah.
you've got 90 seconds
90 seconds.
90 seconds.
Wow, that's quick.
to answer as many as you can.
So far, if we want to be up to date on the quiz board,
How much has that got? 4? Tom's got how many? 7? 8. Wow.
but it's 2 points a bonus question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zach did have 5, but we had to subtract 1 because we realised he actually got it wrong.
Right.
And then we got you.
So there's going to be 90 seconds. You can obviously have the option to pass.
Yes, you
So
can
if
pass.
if you just don't know, you can bin it off.
Dates are not going to be good.
No.
Because you know what? You don't know what day it is of the week when you like flying here. It's like, I don't know when it was, mate.
Let's
Sorry.
see how much
like
Cal
2 days
cares.
out from this show.
Have I got my passport and what country am I going to?
Let's see how much Cal cares about his clients.
Right, I need someone with a timer.
Timbo.
Timbo, you got the timer?
Tom getting 8 in 90 seconds is...
It was actually it was
Sublime.
very impressive. Yeah. To be fair, I don't think I've stitched you up too much.
Okay, that's too much is reassuring.
There is a few dates in here, so that might throw you off.
Great.
Dates and colours is going to be dates, colours, and where is going to be where we're going to go.
Right,
Are you
you
ready?
ready?
On the timer?
90 seconds.
You count us in 3, 2, 1, and then I'll go.
Sorry, hold on. Let me just get time. Right, 3, 2, 1, go.
How much prize money did Naz win for the Tampa Pro?
$5,000.
4,000. Where did Michael Kent win his pro card?
Spain.
Spain's correct. What colour was Mika's bikini when she won her regional overall?
Blue.
Blue's correct. What shoes was she wearing when Mika won her pro card?
Birkenstocks.
Yes. What date did you drop the Pro Coach and Hard Body clothing line?
Oh, God.
There was a photo of it in Ultraflex.
November 2025.
10th of July. What colour trunks was Jay wearing when he won his 2 Bros overall?
Red.
Blue. What month did Abal win his pro card?
Who's Abal?
ABAAL, is that his name?
A.B. Abdullah.
Abal?
Oh,
Dungeon.
May.
May, you can have that. Where did Conor Renchen win his pro card?
Norway.
Norway's correct. What colour was Big Mags' pro card?
Yellow.
Red. What colour was the show backdrop when Sheridan won his pro card?
Black.
Red. Where was Mitch's last show when he competed in America?
Texas Pro.
I've got something different. I might be wrong on that. We'll confirm that one. Where was Ben Bray's final show before he retired?
Rome. Italy.
No, Ireland.
Was it?
Yeah.
You didn't do the on the
We
show.
ran out of time.
Ooh, yeah, we ran out. So,
Yeah, he did.
Did he?
Yeah.
are you sure, Jake?
100%.
I thought he pulled out.
No, he did. So the reason. So the only one we wanted to check is. So I had Mitch's last show down as Daytona.
It might have been. Texas. Was it? It might have been.
That was the last photo on your Instagram. I think.
Was it the last one?
Yeah.
It must have been then.
Daytona.
I remember,
And then-
remember Texas, the Texas Pro because he placed. That was a big one, that
You can
one.
get
So
up to
that's
7.
5, but you
5.
can get up to 7.
For the bonus question.
Okay.
Just as an FYI, everyone has got the bonus question correct so
God.
far. It's pretty
They're
much
good-
impossible
they're good
to get it wrong because
It's
we don't know the answer.
It's impossible.
So make it up. Right, bonus question. How many times has Brandon Hardin binged on prep?
At least.
To the nearest 10.
Oh, God. I'm going to say he's done 3 preps for me. I'm going to say it's been at least 10 each prep. So I'm going to average that back up. I'm going to say 35.
2 points. Well done. That is correct.
We had 37, so we'll give you that.
I've done all right there.
You did do pretty well there, to be fair.
That is good.
You
They're
did
good
do-
questions.
You did do pretty
You know, the
well.
crazy thing is, you know, when you started talking about like trunks and shoes and
Yeah.
stuff, you can literally think back to the photo that
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Well, the thing is, and I chose them two because Mika obviously did won the pro card in red.
Yes.
And then Jay did like fucking 4 shows, didn't he?
Yeah,
so he
he
wore
did a lot,
green,
yeah.
purple, and I was
Yeah.
like, this
When
would
you're
be-
asking, I'm trying to think of the photo.
I know.
Yeah, I've seen
Mad,
them.
don't
Like,
it? That was all right. I'm happy with that.
Second
I'm happy
out of
with that.
3.
decent.
That's
I think
good.
we
Good
call
little
that
game,
average.
Call
yeah,
that
it just makes it a bit fun, doesn't it?
baseline.
Yeah. Right, question time.
Q&A.
Yes.
This is cow interrogation.
Interrogate me.
Yeah, these are a little bit more centric towards you.
Okay.
So first one is what is there any / what is the differences in drug usage from professionals to amateurs? Or let's say high level professionals to amateurs.
If any,
Is it more, less, or
for you.
Honestly, I think so, in a lot of situations, it might be less. It might be less. Because how many times have we seen amateurs that just don't have the genetics to really make it and break it through the precipice in bodybuilding, that they just think more drugs, and it's not equating to progress. Whereas a lot of the time, for a lot of the pros that are on board, I'm probably going to do less gear with them and fix the other stuff first, and then they end up making more progress as a result of that.
Well, I can't imagine Naz is exactly a high cycle.
No.
Well, I don't think
He's a good example, yeah.
Well, you probably can't now.
You can't because of the cap. But even then, like, I think there is always a time and a place. Once that individual's rinsed what they can from that, it's like you're going to have to use a little bit more over time. Yeah. And like if it's a Nathan Styles who needs 350 £, yeah, it's going to reflect him being 350 £. But I think in general terms, it's probably less than people think.
I know. I always say that you probably take an average PCA show.
Yeah.
Stack up all the drug
No,
usage
I agree.
to a pro show.
Yeah, yeah.
It's probably very similar. With the caliber of athlete being a lot worse.
Especially if Reese is doing the show.
Did he say AT-Meg on show day, wasn't it?
Yeah. Has he took Superdrug before? I've never heard him.
I don't know.
Doesn't use growth hormone either.
No. Shout out, Reese.
This is for all of us. With Anavar and Primo getting harder to source, what would be the next go-to for women?
Superdrug.
Ask Reese.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess you're ruling out Mast in that
Mast,
as well.
yeah.
Yeah. So Mast, Primo, Anavar, hardest to get.
MPP.
Tren.
You could use MPP on the
Low-dose.
grounds of it not having as much of an influence on estrogen. Some
Being the
individuals
progestin,
may tolerate that a little bit better if it's like low dose alongside like HRT maybe.
EQ.
It would be
obviously.
probably HRT.
HRT
Like,
and
get the bang
what you can
from
access,
that,
EQ would be a problem, I think, with estrogen control.
Yeah.
You got a lot of instability with that. But even then, if you look at the large majority of female athletes that are going on and off using like small bouts of
Sorry,
exposure.
we're just talking about females there.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, I forgot.
He's sitting there like EQ.
Your two's just with EQ and Trent. So.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter for you whether it's female.
Yeah, I didn't think.
Female.
Let's rewind that. I didn't know what we were talking about.
Female or male.
Fucking
Female, male. It's the same protocol,
Just
isn't it?
change your answer now. Super Joel.
So change it back to Superdrug. Yeah.
But HRT done right can go a long way as well.
Yeah.
Especially when they've been suppressed for so long. And like they're just constantly peaking and troughing with like we've used 8 weeks of ANA, then we put everything out and they've crashed again. It's like if you put in HRT and Brino's baseline numbers up, like what progress can we make just from that in the first place? You know?
Yeah.
And
I
long
think-
term, it is better when you are cycling in Anavar.
Yeah.
You haven't got that negative feedback and that suppression for such a long period of time.
Yeah.
So probably just HRT and then use auxiliaries alongside that.
Well, yeah, I think I was just going to
androgenic
say, yeah, and I guess
growth,
you could,
L-carnitine.
literally exactly what I was just going to say.
Trial a few peptides.
There you go.
Slooping.
They're your next.
I actually
sequence.
think Slew's very good, to be fair.
Yeah.
I do. I think we're women as well.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a lot with like PCOS come out and utilising Slew.
Yeah.
You know, as it's an exercise mimetic and just kind of the instant sensitivity
Yeah,
side
yeah,
of things.
yeah.
It's almost combating everything that a lot of girls with PCOS have issues with.
Yeah.
Like, I know, I've used it with Megan and she's responded ridiculously well and she's
Yeah.
got PCOS.
Yeah.
I think there'll be a lot around that in
That's
the
cool.
future.
Yeah.
Best rig in person we've seen.
No, Darwin.
No, yeah? Back in the boy.
I don't think anyone
Your
can.
boy.
I think it's one of the most unique, like 100% or as close to 100% with him full and in condition. It is one of the most unique physiques you'll ever see.
It's that, I agree with
looks
that. I know
AI.
what you say unique.
Yeah, it doesn't look.
Proportions wise, it
It's
doesn't
just
make sense.
when you stand there and you're like, I know there's gonna be something epic when he hits the pose, but then when you hit a pose and it's just
Yeah.
What's your favourite shot of his?
front lat spread.
Yeah.
I've not actually. Do you know what? I've not
Mine's
actually seen
rear
him
double.
in person.
Rear double's
double.
good, yeah.
Yeah, his glutes, man.
I've not seen him in person.
It is very
on
impressive.
stage. And do you know what? Like, sorry for me to say this, but for me, it was Jose.
Oh, her team is incredible. Yeah,
Like-
I thought you meant who we coach.
Yeah. Oh no.
Out of the people you coach.
in
Oh
general.
right,
Who's the best
anyone in the
you've
world?
seen? Yeah.
Oh right, okay. Yeah, his team is really.
I
Impressive.
think when I saw him in
That's
Romania,
like
like,
an eye
shrink,
shock
like
factor,
absolute shrink wrap.
Yeah, conditioning's insane.
Yeah, I don't know if you're the same, Car. I reckon you might say the same. Actually, for me, I find looking at the Classic boys more impressive than the Open.
100%.
Like,
It's
I
more
think
exciting as well.
Just the condition that it's
Yeah.
proper, like action man, proper condition. Whereas the Open guys, it's impressive. Like I saw Andrew Jacked at Romania.
Yeah.
It's impressive to look at, but when I look at the Classic guys, for me,
I think
it's just stunning to look at.
The speed at which the division is getting better is far exceeding Open.
Yeah.
I think Open has been like, for the last 10 years, it's been, the freaks, and they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger, but it's not necessarily getting more exciting to watch.
Yeah, agreed.
Whereas with Classic, it's just getting on a new level.
Do you
every
think that's
single
just
time.
because more people are doing it, so you see more physiques?
Yeah, it will be that. It will be, yeah.
I also think, as much as arguably he is the epitome of Classic, but I think Bumstead out of it now actually makes it more exciting.
It does, yeah.
Opens it up a bit.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, oh, we know what's going to happen here.
Because ultimately
Makes it
we
more
don't know
exciting,
what's
but
going to
then
happen
there's also
now.
a bit of a lull that he's not in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but then
it's
It's like taking
yeah.
Messi and
Take the-
Ronaldo out of it. Like now it's a bit more of a
Yeah.
level playing field,
Yeah,
but Messi and
absolutely.
Ronaldo are playing.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
that is exactly it. Yeah, I just think it makes the division more interesting because arguably, if we're sitting and talking about the Olympia this year, there is no front runner. There is any one of those top five ultimately has the capability, in my opinion.
Yeah. I would say the first Olympia I ever went to, 2022, when Chris and Ramon was 1 and 2. Chris that year, which was the first year he worked with Haney.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Crazily brought his back up with his biceps.
Insane.
Yeah.
Insane. And he was massive as well.
Yeah.
He was huge. He was like peeled out of his eyeballs.
Yeah.
That was like, fuck.
One of my favourites was at Prague Pro Show, Ahmed Ashkenani.
Oh, yeah.
212.
Yeah.
Because he's that tall.
It's so wide.
It's like a bowling ball's just come out.
So he walks around like that.
And
Yeah.
just, he was so full, he could barely hit a pose.
Yeah, yeah.
And at that same show, which I'm not the biggest fan of his physique, but it was so impressive to see, was Nathan Diasha.
I didn't even say Diasha. I think Diasha's wicked.
Yeah.
I like his
he was
physique,
hitting
yeah.
shots and it looked like he was going to burst.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it was fucking mental. And at the same show again, Roman Fritz.
Yeah.
For just getting into that back double, the glutes like
Yeah,
that.
it's peeled. Yeah.
Glutes are down to his fucking back of his knees.
Yeah.
Like just retarded peel.
Yeah.
I think we all like condition a lot.
Yeah.
I think
it's
that's
just-
why
'cause
even
it's
when it comes
impressive.
to open, like when they're not fully dialed in, it is a little
So
bit like-
annoying.
Yeah.
It's not as impressive as the Classic boys when they're literally
Yeah.
they've got that weight cap and they need to be
I
just
think
stripped.
the cap kind of brings condition by default.
Yeah.
I think there's no way
don't-
of really
yeah.
doing it. I think
Yeah.
another way.
Tell you one of the most disappointing ones I see, but everyone fucking freaks out about him. Was Neckzilla.
Reveal, yeah.
Impressive size wise.
Yeah, wow, that's
side
a big
chest
guy.
is- the side
it's
chest is
literally the
outrageous.
ugliest physique I've ever seen. Mine looks better,
It is a bit
don't know about that.
oddly put
Correct.
together.
Yeah, no.
but you know what I mean. It's
Fucking hell.
just really.
Is he drunk?
I'm doing the bagging as well. But it was just awful to look
Yeah.
at. Like I'm not like, oh wow, that's cool. I'm like, ugh, like.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. It's very,
And
it's
he
a very
beat
unique
Diasha
look.
at that show. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I remember that, yeah. Just
And
coming
he was
coming
hit.
back
The Ashes
actually,
had some unfortunate results, hasn't he? over
Yeah.
time?
yeah. Just coming back
The
to the
booner.
original question, because you just said you obviously answered it from your own client's
Yeah.
perspective. Do you think Niall is the most genetically like best
Of
person?
all my clients.
Yeah, or that you've worked with? I know he's arguably, from a placing perspective, is the best on paper, but do you think
Yeah,
he's,
probably.
Yeah.
Most genetically gifted as well.
What about you? Have you got a client that you've worked or worked
Yeah.
with you think is like either of you?
That's the most genetically
that
gifted.
you've worked with, yeah.
Jack Kinseyclough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Is he natty?
Not anymore.
But he was originally.
Yeah, we've been assisted flight.
Because his brother was, his brother, is that
His
brother's
is that his
PCA
younger
was-
brother that? Yeah.
That's Josh.
Josh.
Josh's younger brother, Jack.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he was good. He was
What about
very
you?
good as well.
Josh,
wasn't he?
I'm gonna look.
Brandon. You remember
Yeah.
right, Brandon.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah, yeah.
Sent him
Yeah.
into the chat again the other day. Phenomenal. Just
Probably from like a
absolutely great.
size perspective, Diesel. Like
Yeah,
seeing him in
Diesel.
person the other day,
Lump.
5'8", 290, and got abs. Like,
Is that what he is? 290 at 5'8".
yeah, like he's just. And I remember when he started, he's like, we were we were cruising at the start, and he's like, I just don't really think I respond well to gear. 2 weeks after put it in, I was like, "Are you serious?" And he was like, "Oh, actually, I think I do respond." And I'm like, "Yes, mate." Like he is just like, and even when we started a little bit of a prep at the back end of last year, and he's a week in and it just looks way different.
Yeah,
and normally it
fluid
takes
shift has
4 or
brought
5
so
weeks to
much.
get things
Yeah.
going. Yeah, they might have lost 3 or 4 kilo, but you can't really see it.
Yeah.
And it's nearly time for
Next one.
that to go. Go again.
Wrap that one up, cheers. Best amateur classic physiques right now in the division, in the industry.
Best amateur.
Yeah. Anyone spring to mind?
I mean,
I'll
Jack.
say Jack and
Jack,
Clough.
yeah.
Yeah, when we go again.
The guy I've got, that David Pacelli.
Yeah,
Very good.
He's good.
Fantastic.
I see Jack comment on his stuff actually. Jack really
Oh,
likes
did
his
he?
physique.
Oh, yeah, Jack actually messaged me about it. I sent you a
Yeah.
screenshot.
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
you? Yeah, very, very, very good.
Kratos, if he can,
If he makes the cap.
Yeah.
if he makes the cap,
Yeah.
let's be real, he's a fucking unbelievable physique.
Yeah.
But he's wild, yeah. Alexander, I don't know what his last name
No.
is.
Kratos.
You'll know him, Callum. The PCA Pro. He always wears dream tan. Riz and Hilly have prepped him.
I'm not sure.
Really good.
I recognise him.
He always wears dream tan. His front lat spread's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's really good.
Cam Cleaver.
Cam Cleaver's good, yeah.
This guy.
Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, he's good.
But I think he's like, what, have you showed him the recent photos there?
Yeah.
I think he's like 8 kilo above his cat right now.
Yeah, he's good.
And he's 7
Is he
weeks.
tall as well?
Yeah. 6 weeks out, he's 8 kilo above his
What
cat.
shows he doing? He's good, yeah.
First show.
This first region.
For Two Bros?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
But that was 8 weeks out and 8 kilo to come off. Which I don't know where
8 kilos from that?
Yeah.
To make the cap.
Who's prepping him?
Hilly.
Good luck, my friend. He looks incredible, though. He's very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very good.
Rory as well. I think Rory's good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rory's good.
Good.
Max.
Max,
yeah.
Gombos, Myron Max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A great physique. And it's
He's made a lot of progress recently as well.
starting to come together now as well. Even, I know it's only just starting prep, but you can start to see the vision.
Right, when people speak about digestion, what do they actually mean? Bowel movements, consistency, frequency.
Yeah, someone asked this on my story, which I thought was quite interesting because I get what they're trying to say. Because basically, you obviously hear people talking about digestion, but what they was trying to say is, are we talking about like bad bowel movements or are we talking about bloating?
I think it's
Like-
a collective thing, isn't it? It's like the symptoms of like what's showing up in motility or like discomfort and the regularity there, and then like how that's relating to like uptake of the food that you're eating and what you're assimilating.
I think probably just for argument's sake of the person who's obviously asked the question because it was anonymous, wasn't it? What's our collective views on how important it is?
Very important. But
Yeah,
I would say
important.
a lot of the issues come from people stressing about the digestion.
Yeah.
I think stress is the main
I think it
driver of digestive stress.
all interlinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like just going around a big fucking circle.
I also think people need to remember we're not immune to bugs as bodybuilders. Like we have one day of some bad bowel movements and like they panic so
Yeah, yeah.
badly, my
Yeah.
digestion's off. And it's like, yeah, but if you went and worked in a factory, 100 people, at least every day someone would have a stomach bug.
Yeah, yeah.
And it gets passed about and chill and see if it passes. Don't stress. And then
Yeah.
if there is an issue, we'll address it from there.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, I can't eat. I've got no hunger. Yeah, I wonder why. You're stressed.
Yeah.
I think the only one for me that I find that people just can't seem to get their head around is like they'll get to about 2 or 3 weeks out. Food volume's obviously quite a lot low. They're like, there's something wrong with my digestion. I'm like, why? Like, I haven't been to the toilet since yesterday. I'm like, yeah, I used to go 3 times a day. Yes, you was on 6,000 calories.
You're eating no food.
But 3 times a day, you're now eating way less. Like, there's nothing wrong with your
Yeah,
digestion just because you haven't been for 2 days.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you got discomfort. Are you bloated? No, cool. Just give it a bit more time and
Yeah.
it'll come out.
If in doubt, suppository. My favorite.
They also stress so much over that morning bowel movement for the morning weigh-in.
Yeah.
And then that just drives so much feed.
Haven't had a shit yet. Cool.
Weighed in but no shit. I'm like,
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
be a big low when you do have one. And then it's like a rabbit, drop it and there's no change.
Yeah.
Bristol chart as well in terms of stool.
Yeah.
The type
Stool
of stool,
chart, yeah.
like 3-4 on that chart.
Yeah.
I would say if you're pushing crazy amounts of food, like there is going to be an element of some bloating and what at some point.
100%.
You know, like there has to be.
Yeah, yeah.
We're not talking excessive that you're in pain, but if you're shoveling 5,000-6,000 calories a day,
I don't care what
there's
anyone
going to be
says.
a level of stress over time on the GI
There's
tract.
no way at the end, if you're eating 6,000 calories, at the end of each day, you're not going to be bloated.
To an extent.
Yeah, impossible. It's impossible.
There's going to be distension there either way.
It has to be.
Yeah.
You can't. It's just
Yeah.
it's so much food.
But that's probably also like a part for people that are trying to put on a lot of muscle. Probably you know, maybe one of the most overlooked aspects of how important that is to maintain like integrity and function there if you want to keep putting on muscle in the first place. And like how like sleep and stress and the nervous system intertwines with that.
Yeah.
Because I think if you can understand like the physiology of stress and how that influences the body, you'll understand like, oh, that's having a knock-on effect here, that's having a knock-on effect there. So if we take a step back and look at the bigger picture, and we look like simple things like post-meal walking, standardizing sleep, managing stress, like managing psychology there, it has a full circle impact on everything else.
Yeah, and I even think like sometimes like flip it on its head a bit. Like for me, I have to eat a lot of food to even just maintain.
Yeah.
I actually find the force feeding aspect almost that brings the stress up. Like it's not the stress that's causing the issue with the food. The food actually makes me stressed.
Yeah.
Like
Makes you anxious.
trying to eat that volume of food. Like I
100%,
remember like but sometimes going into my last meal, like in off seasons before, I'm like, it's going to make me, I know I'm going to heave.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to sit there, and it's like, that actually then just makes me more stressed.
Amplifies it
like,
even more.
I find that I'm not even stressed, but the food physically is making me stressed and anxious, which again just has exactly the same
100%.
knock-on effect a bit the other way, isn't it?
It's the biggest bottleneck in the off season, isn't it?
Oh, it's by far. I'd be a great bodybuilder if I could actually eat.
What's the biggest training mistakes women make when trying to bodybuild?
Probably underestimating the amount of lean tissue they need to look how they want to look.
Yeah, even bikini, people underestimate the muscularity required for bikini. I'd also say training like a man.
Yeah.
In terms of a bro split or
Push
a push
pull
pull
legs.
leg.
Yeah, we
or
talked
something
about
like
this
that.
the other day, didn't we? Like the amount of times I get people that come to me, they want to do NPC bikini and they're doing push pull legs.
Yeah.
And their leg sessions are got hack squat, leg extension.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, well, this is not going to get you anywhere.
Yeah. Training on your boyfriend split.
Yeah.
And drugs.
And drugs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Yeah.
that.
I've got one that came in late from Ben Diesel.
Go on.
Your exact reaction after you saw Brandon Harding video crying in the car.
So I actually saw, I knew about this because people sent it to me first. He didn't actually tell me. So I just wait for him to text me. So I think it must have been probably half a day before he messaged me. But it is what it is, mate. Like, it's Brandon,
It's
isn't it?
just one of them reactions.
I just know, I know the fundamental thing for him is, and this is the part that people, it's quite hard to see through, but for him, bodybuilding isn't his life.
No.
He's got a lot of other things around apart from
Which is
bodybuilding,
fair.
which is fair. But it's also the fact that I know when I see that stuff, like content creation for him is his thing. It's what he's built everything on. It's his job. So when he's provoking a reaction, I also know deep down he's posted that on purpose because he's trying to boost his reach, he's trying to etc. So there's an underlying tone behind everything. I agree with it. No, I don't agree with it. But
he's also clever with what he does. He's brilliant.
mate,
Can't knock. He's
it's
a
the game.
brilliant
Like,
businessman. And
he's a
social
businessman.
media.
If you're getting to the point where you've got 1 million followers, you're a great businessman.
But the irony is, if you sent me the reel, he's achieved exactly what he was trying to achieve.
Yeah.
Because 1,000 people have sent it, and then tomorrow he posts it about hard body and sells 10 grand worth of wrist wraps.
So true.
You know?
Christian promotes it still from me now.
He's his
Mate,
biggest promoter.
you're his biggest ambassador.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck.
You're his marketing.
He's a. I know. You know. And to be honest, his potential as an athlete is incredible. Like as a
unbelievable.
blueprint for an athlete, he's incredible. He's got incredible genetics. He's got great structure, but bodybuilding is only a part of his life.
And I think it comes back to the point you said earlier where you talk about Niall doing all them little bits. That's probably the bits that Brandon isn't doing.
Yeah, it won't happen. And I get it. I've coached him for 4 years. I know it won't happen. So I don't get upset about it.
Yeah.
It's like if he wants to prep and he wants to, do that, it's good. But our expectations are, we haven't done that work, so you're not going to beat him.
expect
But
to
fair
win pro
fuck's
show.
looking like that without doing that work.
And also, it's like, what's important to you? Do you want to run a really successful business,
Or do you want to be a pro bodybuilder?
and that's if you don't want to do that, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, and that is what it does come down to.
It's
It's
perfectly
choice,
fine.
isn't it?
I
It's
know.
preference.
Yeah.
If we all had to choose a coach outside of each other, who would we choose?
Good question.
I guess it's quite a hard question to answer.
You
if
could
we're
pick
talking,
who you think's good, or you could pick even like
Because
from
we-
an intriguing standpoint.
Well, yeah,
Like,
'cause I guess
I want to
but
go work
for-
with this person because I'm
Yeah.
intrigued with what they. Chris Aceto don't even do macros or calories. He just looks at the physique and goes, oh,
Two bread, two jam.
yeah.
Yeah. Checking tomorrow.
I'm really interested in what your choice would be.
That's a good question. Now, that's a very good question.
I would pick Jeffrey.
Would you?
Yeah, I've
You already
worked
worked
with Joe
with him.
before.
I have,
so-
yeah, but
but we all have,
I
apart from
still,
Jake.
I still think
Yeah,
he's,
absolutely.
so smart, and I like to work with someone that's just super smart.
I'd I'd probably say Aceto just because I think it's hilarious.
I can see why you come. I can see the angle. I think
you'd be a great match, you and a
Oh,
You'd
yeah,
get the most
'cause
out of you.
he's normally used to
Unlock
genetic
the
freaks.
potential.
yeah, he's used to the genetic freak, so it should be easy transfer to me.
without it being too cliche, I think I would choose Hanny just purely because of the absolute success that he's had.
You want to do FST7?
Yeah.
I don't want to do FST7, but arguably no one, whether the people like the training methodology or not, nobody can argue the guy can peak people.
100%.
He arguably is the GOAT.
And there would still be stuff
He is
a lot
the goat.
to take from that as well,
Yeah.
in terms of like just an insight into what elements can I pick up just from picking your brain.
That's it. That's
It's just
exactly
being
it.
around him as well.
Yeah.
Seeing what they see.
I would love to just see what he runs a regular peak week roughly, like, and just to see if there's anything in there.
see
that
if
you
it
would go,
worked on you.
Oh yeah, like just what or how, or even to see with the likes of Chris and Phil as an example, how different was it like that? I'd want to just
You'd be telling Hannah, just so you know, if you take out Primo, I'm going to have balloon tips.
Don't do well with burgers.
no burgers, honey.
Yeah.
Who are you thinking, Cal?
So there'd be a lot of people that I would say I think I would get on much better with coaching because they're probably reflecting my way of thinking and I'd click with the decisions they're making. But then it's like, I think it's also, you're kind of prepping how you'd prep yourself. So you're not really taking as much from it.
Yeah.
So I'd go with the same kind of thing where it's like, I want to be a fly on the wall and somebody that's like been a prolific winner in the past. So although there'll be a lot that I would disagree with and like probably think I'm not sure, someone that's got like an undeniable track record as winning shows, like Neil Hill will be a good one of like him with flex. Like he's how many Olympias has he had?
Consistent, yeah.
Patrick Torr's another one where it's like he's doing some incredible things. I think you could take massive value of just, and we said before about knowledge and experience. Well, there's a lot of, I bet if I sat Neil down and I put an exam in front of him, there'll be questions that he doesn't get right, but then it's like, but he's won 17 Olympia titles, so who cares?
Yeah.
I think if you sat them all down and asked them, they
it's
couldn't
the
tell you
practice,
anything.
and I think that is the invaluable part where it's like, I just be a fly on the wall and I just absorb as much as I can because you've been places that I've never been before and I'd love to go, and you've been there countless times. So there's so much value you can take from that. Because like, for me, it's an inspiration. Like when I look at those figures, I'm like, fucking hell, it's incredible what you've achieved. It's like, if I can emulate any of that, I'm going to be a better coach.
Yeah,
you know?
I think we say there's people that textbook wise can tell you everything.
Yeah.
But they can't apply it to coaching.
100%.
And they haven't got, the eye and the decision making and the problem solving side of things, which I think is a little bit of a natural talent that we have.
Yeah.
They almost say, what makes you a good coach? Sometimes I'm like, I don't know, but I kind of just do it and the decision's right.
I always say one thing that like is, or I think is massively overlooked when it comes to coaching is looking at someone and going, we're 8 weeks out, I know you're on track.
Yeah.
That's massive.
Yeah.
Like,
And not second guessing
you forget
that or-
you forget how difficult, like, people sometimes say to me, well, you say I'm on track, how do you know that? It's like, I just know.
I've seen it that
I just
many
know. Like,
times.
but they're like, so if you think I've got 10 kilos, you think that's going to, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
But them top guys, they haven't got the textbook and they would fail probably every exam.
Yeah.
But they've got the anecdotal
They've got the
experience and they've
skin
got
in the game.
Yeah.
They've got
and,
the experience.
and ultimately, I always say, and that's why I say experience beats knowledge, which I said at the start, because I do agree you definitely need to have both, of course. But if you've got a choice of choosing someone who is the most knowledgeable in the textbook or somebody who's won 17 Olympia it's no question you're going to go to that person, aren't you?
Because it's that they're saying knowledge without mileage. It's like the mileage is the part that really is your kind of USP and your killer instinct and your weapon. But I think if we can now, like the new age of coaching, people that are going to have a better foundation knowledge, but then can go and apply and have that experience over time, like in 10 years' time, you're going to be an exceptional coach because you've got both.
You've got both.
And I think that's where the new kind of sector of our industry and everyone sitting here, I think that's the click of like, look, we're going to have the experience, but we've also got the breadth of knowledge that probably even exceeds, that in 10 years in terms of capacity to coach.
Yeah.
But undeniably, like you can't, if you've won 10 Olympias, you've won 10 Olympias. Like,
you know what you're doing.
It's not just
100%.
luck, is it? After the first five.
There's a level of instinct that I think can't be learned, that you just nurtured over time, that doing it.
And when you've done it with multiple people as well.
100%.
It's
incredible.
Right, final one.
Yeah, we're good for time. 5 minutes.
What would you say the hardest part of the job? Coaching. I would say like the year you talked about flying everywhere, going everywhere. I would say it's the behind the scenes stuff
Yeah,
that people
100%.
don't see, and the effect that not the effect it has on family, but what
Well, it
Hannah,
does.
what
Yeah, it
Hannah
does.
goes through, or Megan and whatnot, and
It's keeping it's keeping everyone happy, isn't it? That's the part.
yeah,
You know, I think if you're in a position where you don't have somebody who doesn't understand it, it's,
Yeah.
you know, because you are going to be on your phone at 6 o'clock in the morning. There may be times when you're coaching international athletes that you've got to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning to do a check-in, and you are going to be running on 3 or 4
Yeah,
hours sleep.
it's the you only see on Instagram the flight to the thing, but you haven't seen the 25 check-ins I've had to do before it. And then when I land, I'm going to have to start talking to everyone that's replying to that. And then I go to bed. I've got to look at the client in person, and then I also have to do another 25 check-ins for that day. Then I've got to be at their show day.
Well, it's like that point as well when
and
you
then
say
go again the next day.
when you say you've got 6 people in peak week, people go, fucking hell, you got 6. Like, yeah, I've also got another 100 that are just normally still checking in as well. That 4 of them are competing next week, and then 6 are competing the week after.
The daily check-ins thing for me.
Yeah.
Like I love
In a prep.
Yeah, I love daily check-ins. Love it.
But it's so taxing.
It is very mentally taxing because I'm going to bed thinking about who I'm going to speak to in the morning, what they're going to be looking like, what we're going to do, and I don't sleep properly.
I always find that I don't know if you've had it especially yet, but I know you would have, Cal, and I've had it quite a few times, especially when you've got someone who's got to make a weight cap as well.
Yeah.
Fuck me, I've had some sleepless nights. I remember Brandon, one of the years he competed, like first day of putting some carbs in, I only put in like 400 gram of carb. And he went up 2 kilos the next day, and I was thinking, fucking hell, 2 kilos. Like, but it was stress. He was just stressed, didn't want to eat. And then I was like, fucking hell, like, we're 2 days out here, we're over the cap at this moment. And I'm thinking, but 400 gram of carb, like, and I'm thinking, do I pull back? Do I go again?
Yeah.
When again,
And you've got to be
dropped
the
off.
one that looks like you've got, right, this is the game plan. You take the stress, you
Yeah.
walk into the hotel room and you absorb it all and you set the game plan and leave with them calm. Like that little bit before you walk in the door, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, walk in.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna have to go through that countless times. But I think you for me, it's like it's the behind the scenes and the cost of spending a long period of time trying to keep everyone happy and trying to keep your clients happy. If you've got 60 clients that need your full attention, then you've got misses, you've got friends, you've got family. Like, something's going to get neglected.
Something has to.
And yourself is the last thing. Which is why there's a cost.
Well, yourself is always the
Which is
first
why
thing
at the end of 2020 it looked like I had AIDS because like I didn't eat, I didn't sleep, like I was in a bad way, mate.
That's what I said this year. I was like, I've always really prided myself on still being able to bodybuild at a good level.
Which is hard. I bet
coach.
I can do that.
But for me now, mate, like I'm at the point now where I'm just like the end of last year, I was like, I can't do this at this
incredibly
level
hard.
and do both. Like it's just too much. Like
What you just mentioned there about like keeping everyone happy, I think it's really good to have a realization sooner rather than later that you can't coach everyone and make everyone happy.
Yeah.
Because you work with so many people across the years, you are gonna conflict with people, like you are. And sometimes, like when I've had someone leave, and at the time I'm fucking gutted about that. But I also think you can't coach everyone, and not everyone. You're not gonna please them, and a lot of the time they're leaving because they're not pleased. You're not pleasing them how they want, and sometimes that's not your fault.
Yeah.
it's going to happen, you know. But it's the same as like we've spoke about, like even just talking about check-ins, like how you do yours, and how I do mine. They're all different.
Yeah.
You know, what if Cal was being coached by 3 of us, he might absolutely hate your process and love Tim's, but he might also hate Tim. Like, and everyone likes specifics, and sometimes you just can't please everyone. Like, you know, because
everyone's got their own like positives and their pros and their cons
course.
that people gravitate towards.
Yeah.
I think just for me, the most important part is just doing a good job, and that's all you can do.
Yeah.
If you can sit there and go, have I actually done the best of my ability with this person? Yeah, cool. If they're not happy, they're not happy.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can do at that point. That's just
Sometimes it's just hard to take
it is.
because you feel like
you
you're putting
care,
everything
Put so
into
much
it.
into it. Yeah.
Do you want to
Because you've invested.
Yeah, man.
You've invested a lot, and you know behind the scenes what you've done to get there. And
I think that Cal, that's the part for me. That's the fucker.
It's the personal investment.
When you've put so much time into someone,
like
sometimes
emotional energy and
you've literally done everything you possibly can, and then all of a sudden you get that. Yeah, I'm leaving. You're like, fuck.
it's like breaking up with it's tough. It is tough. But then it's like your response, you've got to take a minute to like, I'm going to breathe for an hour on that. I'm going to reply in a little bit, because if I reply now, it's going to emotionally charge,
Show
which is
emotion.
making it even worse. And I need to be I need to think about before I reply here because I know where my head's at right now. I'm not going to say the right thing.
Yeah.
And you're going to have that inevitably. Like the longer you do it and the more you buy into people, it's going to sting hard at the start. But that's just because you can.
And I think you do get more used to the sting now. I think when you've been doing it a
it's
long
just because
time.
you can. And you also, your point was fantastic because it's like you can't please everyone.
Yeah.
And I've had it before where it's like if we've fallen short on a goal or a stage look and he hasn't won a show and he's left, I'm like, I genuinely felt like I did everything I could, and like I can't do any more than that. So if you want to leave and go somewhere else, that's fine, man, because that's me. I can't do any more than that.
That's it. And like I said earlier, when you have that scenario where you've got two people, you ultimately do everything the same. This person looks fantastic. This person, you've done what you can. And and like what even you said with that other guy, where you said you done what you thought was going to be right, and then it turned out actually another. It just happens. It does happen.
Maybe you do need a fresh pair of eyes.
Yeah.
Maybe you do need a new relationship because if we carry on stringing this one out, it might actually be worse.
It's always it's the same thought, isn't it? It's like,
and the anxiety that's going to for us is just going to keep coming with that.
Yeah, it's like the good example was Valentin and me. Like I'd had him for 4 years, and it just got to a point where it's like you almost start to
resent them.
Not resent, but it just becomes like everything just like there's way more friction in everything you do, and it just gets to a point where it's like if we carry on doing this, it's not good for either of us.
It's like animosity a bit, isn't it?
Like I could see him now and give him a hug, and it feels like my son.
Yeah.
Like it feels like it'll always feel like that because of what we've gone through. But it's like that is just the end of the road. Like it's the right time for you to do the next chapter, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's just is what it is.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
absolutely.
Should we wrap it up?
Wrap it up,
Christian.
Thanks for watching.
That was a bit.
Let's get it.
Bit more enthusiastic.
I wasn't expecting to close it. I can't remember what I was saying.
No, thanks, Cal. Appreciate you coming.
pleasure,
Yeah,
boys.
really
Thank
good.
you.
Share, comment, subscribe.
Really enjoyed it.
Sign up to our apps when they come out.
Plug.
Pro IQ.
IQs. What days is going out?
Next week.
Wednesday, maybe.
Yeah, Pro IQ shuts on the 20th, guys. So if you do want to learn the rule book and the playbook for us, it closes on the 20th.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Thanks for letting me on and good chatting.
No, really enjoyed it. Thanks
for
mate.
coming.
Wrap it up.
Cool.
Oh, I need a piss.
Thank you very much. All good. Should you get a photo of us?